and say like I'm back. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But should I just quit out and then?
So why are you? No, don't quit out, JJ. Just leave.
Okay.
We haven't just gone live, by the way. We're live.
Yeah.
Oh, we are live. I was willing to talk a bit more, but okay.
Yeah, okay.
I guess I'll solo the intro then. Outer Haven, assemble! Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Just feels right when you do it, Nikki. I don't know.
Yep.
Thank you. But I miss Stebo. He's not here. Like, oh,
I
my-
know.
Yeah, he'll probably join halfway through.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, guys? So basically, what we're gonna be doing today is kind of like more of a relaxed, fun stream for people that want to kind of like jumping in on the chat and whatnot. It's up to you guys. Basically, what we want to do is have you guys give us 2 characters, and what we're gonna do from the One Piece verse, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna try debating them. But how we're gonna do is try a more organized way, which is let's say Nikki versus Dan. You guys in the chat will give them 1 character each. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be episode 1 Kobe versus like Shanks and end of series, and those people have to basically debate as best they can against each other on their character winning. Try more organized. So if you guys want to like throw in 2 random characters, and if you guys want to even name 2 people from the chat, from our like audio chat, it, we'll go that route like right away. Otherwise, we'll kind of throw out 2 random characters right now. So we'll see if anyone throws in. I guess no one. All right. who wants to go first? I guess. Do you want to do Kevin versus Dan?
Oh, going that route?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Oh, wait. One of
It's fine.
But
Okay.
we should pick people.
Oh, Nikki or so one person gave Nikki Sabo, and I get Usopp.
Oh, yeah, One Vision, my dog.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You know you're about to lose.
All right,
right?
do you want me to time you 5 minutes?
Yeah, I guess we can do 5 minutes, and we made a joke thing where it's like you can phone a friend in if you want, and then basically we'll do, I guess, no limits for where they're at in the series. It's up to you.
Are we doing strictly right now in the series,
I was saying either right now. We could either do right now, or we could do
or
like
like where they will be?
where they will be. Well, I'll take either one.
What you want to do, Nick?
We'll wait to see if One Vision wants to say it. If not, I guess we'll just do end of series. I guess. It's up to you.
What? No. Don't even be crazy like that. I can argue. I can argue end of series. Yeah, I can argue actually. But I prefer not to, because one's a landslide and the other one's still like a slight landslide. But it's like, yeah.
I believe One Vision said do end of series or something, and I see
Wait,
another
let me check
guy.
the comments. I ain't just gonna believe it off the back, Monkey D.
Oh no.
Okay,
Some
well,
people
whatever.
are saying
I'm
end of series, some
I'm
people-
down to do it right now, but people are saying end of series. So it's
Oh,
up to
he
you.
said strictly right now, Monkey
Yeah.
D. You
No,
fucking
but
cheat.
I'll take it. I'll do it right now. Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Another one is Mihawk versus Killer end of series. That'd be quite interesting as well, but we can save that for
Should
later.
we start off then right now? So we'll do up to 47 for time. I'll let you go first, Nikki.
Up to what? 47? As
Yeah.
in
No minutes, like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, 5 minutes. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. Obviously, okay. I'm gonna just go quickly about it. Sabo's haki is remarkable. What we've seen him do just in Dressrosa was crazy. He's the second in command of the Revolution Army. So, for one thing, he's obviously fought in many wars just to get up to that level, essentially. Because to get from second command, in an army that's so big, it's got people like Kuma in it. It's got people like Ivankov in it. Like he's obviously of the top quality. His haki fighting against Fujitora, like he's fighting against an admiral, and obviously we can both say they weren't going full on out, as in he didn't learn his devil fruit, and obviously Fujitora was kind of not going all out either. He still kept it up. And we saw what he did in the match in Dressrosa, like to win the fire fruits essentially. So he destroyed the ring literally just by pushing his hands into the bottom of the ring, literally, and that's just haki. I've never seen that ever before done in One Piece. His haki is, I can fairly say, that's the best haki we've seen in One Piece compared to everyone else we've seen. There's nothing that's been that good, I can honestly say, up to this point in One Piece. And last thing I'll say is, to me, it's quite obvious, it's foreshadowed that he's definitely gonna have conquerors. The fact that he has such a great will, like that's why Dragon has saved him. He's destined for great things, and he most likely will become probably the head of the Revolutionary Army at end of series. And yeah, that is it. By the way, just sorry to ask, do we get a rebuttal of each other's things after?
Yeah, I would say so. I was gonna say like, we
Oh,
could do
you-
5 minutes each to explain, and then we'll kind of debate between the two explanations.
Okay.
I don't think it has to be like strictly like 5 minutes every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like kind of
really-
like go, but just like it's not so it's not like an
It's
hour
more of a
each kind
limit
thing.
than anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't have to take up 5 minutes if
Yeah,
you don't. But like, don't go super over 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. I wasn't over 5 minutes, so I
No,
don't
you're
think.
good.
'Cause
No, no,
I-
you
No,
weren't
no,
at
you're
all.
good, you're good.
I'm just saying for later in general.
Yeah.
So we all.
Alright, so
Okay.
I guess it's my turn
So
then?
El
And then-
Capitan.
So I'll go with just what feats he has. So from what we saw in Dressrosa, right, where he had to snipe Sugar, the best part of that entire part was there was no room whatsoever for any error. So if there's an inch or a centimeter to like right or left or up or down, right, then it would have failed and he would have lost. So even without his hockey, because it awakened after he lined up the shot, he's like pin perfect accuracy, meaning he doesn't miss. And then if you look back when they're first going into Fishman Island, there's a scene where they're underwater, right? And you know how meters work in terms of like how gravity affects it and stuff like that, how it crushes like submarines. They were so far underwater that Zoro said that, oh, I'm going to go and cut these stones, these boulders that are falling on the ship. But Nami said you can't do that because you would die. You would suffocate, but your entire body would get crushed from the weight because we're so far underwater. And then what happened is no one else could do it. So Usopp took out his pop green and he shot this big kind of like tentacle, like grass root that basically held up all these boulders. That was probably about 1,000 times like the size of the ship. So if you compare like how much weight that would take from just one of his regular pop greens, that's crazy. And you have to also remember that we have like these versatility with Usopp, meaning he has sea stone stat dials, and then he also has all the pop greens on him. And one big thing you could argue for Sabo would be like, oh well, Usopp can't touch him because like he doesn't have armament hockey yet. But you could argue that with water, especially seawater, inside either a sea stone, or sorry, sea dial, or inside one of his pop greens because they're water based and stuff like that, he could attack him with it. So being Usopp, his versatility goes back to his ability to have like traps. And if you look at like how he instantly knew the weakness of Luffy, and he fought him to the point where he was already beat up quite a bit prior to it, he almost beat Luffy. And this is like the scene when they're fighting 3-time skip.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but that was so close. Sorry.
So
You almost
that's my.
conceded.
But and now he has observation hockey. And if we're going the route of what you said, which is like where the characters are going to have later down the line, you could argue obviously he's going to have Armament, and obviously he's going to have King's Hockey, and he's going to have to fight the Giant King, and the 10-ton hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And
The real 10-ton hammer.
He's beaten people on the level of Zoe before because he said pre-time skip, which we know his lies come true, that he's beaten one of those creatures. So that means he's beaten up Zoe before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you rebuttal that, and then I'll do mine, and then we'll finish it off.
Okay. First
We're gonna
point.
need a vote.
Okay, he never almost beat Luffy. He not even close. Like
Well, here,
he put in that work against Luffy, and it was very like everyone all rate Usopp for that. But he was not even close to like really beating Luffy, because we've seen Luffy just prior to that fighting against Crocodile, and he almost died 3 times and still came back and won. So and Usopp's not on that level even Crocodile then. And when you argue the point about armament haki and stuff like that, I'm imagining by the time Usopp gets armament haki, I can't even imagine how far that Sabo's gotten armament haki, like how far like stronger he's gotten. Like
Strictly now, Nikki. Strictly now.
and okay, yeah, sorry, strictly now. So but he said he did talk about end of series, so I have to rebut
yeah,
what
I
he
mentioned
said.
because
So
you mentioned it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, that's true. So, and then also the Conqueror's Haki thing. Like I do give you, it's true that I think Usopp will be quite rated quite highly and be quite powerful, one of the most powerful Straw Hats. But the fact is, he does not have the same will or like ambitions that Sabo, Luffy, and even Zoro have. He wants to become a brave warrior of the sea. So personally, I don't even see him ever getting conqueror's haki because it's like he wants to just become a brave warrior of the ocean. Like literally, that's the least you should be able to say when you're in a new world. I want to be the brave warrior in the sea. So. And the fact is, just in general, Sabo is just a monster, man. Like he will be fighting admiral. Like he might be able to fight a fleet admiral or the Gorosei by the time we get to end of series. To be honest, because he's on the same path as Dragon is right now. So just imagine, we all know Dragon had a hard past and everything, and that's what's kind of motivated him to become a revolutionary. And essentially, Sabo's kind of had a similar thing, except he was actually a member of the royalty and stuff. So essentially, those two guys' will and their path is going to lead them to do so much more incredible things than what Usopp's going to be doing. He may fight Giant King, which would be sick as well. But the fact is, Sabo is aiming higher. He's trying to take down the world government. It's insane in itself. So the fact just being on that and him already being second command right now, he will have to surpass he will have to surpass the admirals essentially. He has to. There's no
Alright.
other way of putting it. And yeah, that's how I round out my argument. And Sabo is the GOAT.
I'll save my finishing blow for the end.
Mm.
So to argue about the world government first part, right? We'll talk about that. So you said that because he's challenging the world government, therefore, like he's gonna end up trying to beat them because like that's his goal, right? But who was it? Remind me, guys. Who was it that shot the flag of the world government in his lobby?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Mm,
Okay. And then the next part is
That's
We-
one
we-
nail in the coffin.
Okay, that's no. Hey, whoa, we did it.
Sorry.
It's not phone a friend time yet. All right.
Yeah, I'll phone Dan later. But yeah, no, like
I can easily rebut that.
the big things about Usopp, right, and about Sabo is Sabo. Yes, he's gonna probably fight Akainu, fleet admiral. He's probably gonna beat him, most likely, right? But you have to remember, we have these 5 Gorosei, so they're probably above him, right? And then there could even be people above them, whatever, right? In terms of power level, not just like ranking. We have people like Yasopp, right, who is Usopp's father. So if we want to go lineage and compare like Dragon, like their mentors, whatever. So Yasopp was the only one that we know of for a fact was recruited specifically by Shanks. And I think it's a fair thing to say that Shanks is probably one of the strongest characters, if not the strongest currently in the series and among the Yonko. So if he's recruiting Yasopp, and Yasopp is telling Luffy as a kid to go recruit, basically like to go meet Usopp, like it's kind of the parallels of them. And you've heard our arguments before about like where we think Usopp's going to be in a series. So let's just say he's number 3 or number 4, right? And we have 5 Gorosei. Most likely, he's going to have to fight. Usopp's going to have to fight Von Augur, so one of the Yonko's like top people, and he's going to have to fight probably one of the Gorosei. And then you've heard me saying sniping from island to island, and as well as like the feats of how fast Usopp is and such like that, and the pinpoint accuracy again. So if we go to the line where like he has the ability to use either water, sea stone dials and stuff like that to be able to touch Sabo, that would allow him to basically be at a range where he could hit Sabo constantly if he does have pinpoint accuracy. The final thing I'll say is, so we can agree that like all of his lies become truth, right? That's you, Nikki.
Oh, sorry. Most of them I can't disagree with that totally.
From the ones that we've seen.
I don't have all.
From the ones that we've seen.
Yeah, he might have said a few lies that might have not come true yet, but it's one of those things.
So if you look back in the manga specifically, when he's in Perono's chambers, you've heard me say this before, but when he's in Perono's chambers and he's pulling out the 10-ton hammer, the one thing he says is that of all people on this current island, so Throw the Bark, the one you should basically fear the most is Usopp, because he's going to be the strongest man in East Blue, from East Blue, sorry. And who else is from East Blue? Sabo and Luffy.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't even know what to say. That's just so blasphemous. Like I don't even know what to say to you.
But another thing I'll say too, I guess this is after I mentioned this, is the giant thing, right? Is we can all agree that one of the candidates in people's minds for a theory of who Big Mom was trying to recruit to beat Whitebeard and all these other Yonkos, and the one that would be the factor to beating all these other Yonkos would have been the Giant King. And if he has to beat that person, doesn't that make him a factor into beating other Yonkos?
You think Usopp is going to solo a Yonko? Is that what you're saying right now?
I mean, that's what I'm kind of hinting at.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, come on, man.
I mean, no. From what I said, is that true though? One of the factors that we thought was either the Giant King or Shiki, right? And so if it's the Giant King, that was the ability, the factor to beat all these other Yonkos, and Usopp has to beat someone of that level in Elbaf, that would put him on a factor.
We don't even know how
Yonkos.
strong. Okay, it's okay. The theory about him fighting the Giant King is not totally solid, but it's plausible essentially.
it's
but we don't know how strong the Giant King is exactly compared to the Yonko. So that's like it's hard to even to debate that. And essentially, it's like yeah.
Just for fan service, I'll phone in a friend, Dan.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay. Is that typical?
Yeah, we agreed on phone in a friend, Dan. I want to hear your thoughts.
First off, the whole thing about him fighting Giant King is pretty much already canon, bro. All right, and also on the fact that like when we're saying like,
how?
Dude, he's going to Alba, like, bro. It's like the whole God Usopp thing, right? Or like when he got all the followers for Luffy for the Alliance. The Alliance happened because when Usopp was back in East Blue saying, "Oh, I'm gonna have my 8,000 followers," this is like coming true for that. You know what I mean? Like eventually he's going to get to Elbaf. And he's gonna like his whole mission is to be a brave warrior, right? And like I think we kind of see it differently, because like when you were saying like, oh, he has to be a brave warrior, like everyone in the New World can do that. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, I mean that's like the requirement of being in the New World. We literally saw people in the New World running away, and Kid was like, "What the fuck are you doing here? You can't be. This is for the brave, the courageous."
Well, Kid was saying anyone who wants to like, if your dreams aren't to like be like pirate, like if your aspirations aren't that high, like this isn't the place for you, right? But my whole thing is this
like you have to.
In the New World, it's filled with strong people that Usopp is currently afraid of, right? His goal is to be brave, so he's gonna have to be able to like. It's just like why does like Zoro or people like Luffy, well, like why are they never afraid? Because in the back of their minds, they're thinking, I'm stronger than this guy. You know what I mean? Like, in order for Usopp to actually become a brave warrior of the sea, like, he'll have to know in the back of his mind, yeah, this guy might be strong, but to me, he's nothing. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Plus,
first of all,
I've got the real Tenton hammer on the like, come on, Nikki.
All right, first of all, like Luffy and Zoro never think like essentially they fight more with their let's say not their hearts and stuff, but that sounds a bit corny. But
no, it's like instinct almost, right? Like that's what
you're but say. Until observation Haki came into like even then it's still like he still fought Dolphy essentially, and he shouldn't have. We all know he shouldn't have beat Dolphy if it wasn't for the help of all the people from Dressrosa.
But Luffy still thought that he would win before he actually went to go.
Yeah,
fight
but that's
Doflamingo,
no, but that's what
Doflamingo was capable of.
But that's the
I'm gonna go kick this dude's ass.
That's the mentality. But that's the mentality you should have when you go into every fight, though. That's not like what do you mean? Like Usopp, any fight you go into when you're in a new world, you have to think you're gonna win, or that's a terrible mentality to have. Like if you think you're gonna lose, then you're probably gonna lose, right?
No, it's like
self-fulfilling prophecy.
No, dude, it's like for example, how in the New World, how they describe most people choose one of two routes. It's either you're going to go the hard route of trying to be like the best, like trying to become Pirate King, right? That's everyone's goal pretty much. You're gonna go the super hard route of trying to be Pirate King on your own, have no allies, no nothing, and you're gonna get stomped out. Or you're gonna go the easy route, and that's joining one of the Yonkos. They said most people take the easy route. Most of these very strong people who know, oh, I should win, understand that there are other people in the verse stronger than that. You know what I mean?
Oh, Nikki, I just want to say something real quick. If you want to phone a friend in too, you can phone in like One Vision or anyone from the chat and I'll invite them into it.
Nah, you got me, man. You got me.
Okay, yeah. If I need, I'll legitimately call one or JJ or Kevin. But legitimately, like, okay, let me ask you this question then, all right? So, do you think Usopp's going to fight someone that Sabo will not be able to beat?
I think it's possible, to be quite honest.
I'm not.
Are you being serious right now?
No. Hear me out though. So there are other shows. I'm going to compare other shows again, because like just so that we know, there are characters from other shows who are like under the main character, right? Not in terms of just strength, but just in like under terms of rank.
Like
That
battle
that someone like rank related to the main character,
But-
right? Can't beat. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
But we're not talking about other shows. I'm just talking
I
about
know,
One
but I'm
Piece
just
right now.
giving you an
So.
example, like where we've seen it happen. So, like in my mind, it's a possibility. Like again, let's say Sabo fights Akainu, right? Personally, I believe the Gorosei are stronger than Akainu. That's just my personal opinion. And I could see Usopp fighting a Gorosei. It doesn't mean per se that like Sabo can't beat that person, but it's Usopp fighting him and not Sabo. You kind of see where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
But okay, let me ask you a question, right? Why would the Straw Hats? Because obviously the Straw Hats would be the ones fighting together. Why would the Straw Hats be fighting the Gorosei and not the Revolutionary Army?
Most likely, they would be the first ones to find out about the Void Sentry.
Yeah.
And if you look at kind of like the lineup of what we have with the Gorosei, right? Because again, I don't want to go too much into it because like I've talked about on other streams, the people that know about my theory with the Void Sentry and like the original people. I think that like Usopp's kind of like the descent of the original people. Remember when they saw Noland, right? And the Mont Blanc cricket, they hinted like everyone literally looked at Usopp saying like it's gotta be his descendant, like secretly, because he's like the exact same as Noland was in the fairy tales, which was a liar. But if you look at where Nolan was in terms of strength compared to where people thought he was
Super
crazy
OP.
strong. He was killing snakes and shit like that, killing them in half instantly. Like he was super OP. So if we go with the route that like Usopp's lies become true and like all these other factors where he's gonna like wield a 10-ton hammer, beat the Giant King, all that, I wouldn't be surprised in a series if he's literally like top like say top 10 at least minimum of the series, if not top 5.
Okay, who do you think's whose dream is much harder to achieve though? To take down the world government and change.
I mean, is
the
that
world,
Sabo's dream
or-
though? Is it his dream?
We don't
Yeah,
even.
it is. It's to
He
change.
has-
It's to
has-
change
the
his.
objective though of the
It's to change his
Revolutionary Army.
country. It's literally to change his country and the world essentially because now he's joined the revolutionaries, right?
I mean,
But he kind of got
he wants to
drafted
change the world,
by the
pretty much.
revolutionaries.
Yeah.
Like it's not that he was
If
a
you want-
little kid and he's like, "Dragon, please take me with you." Like, oh, I mean, he asked.
Dragon took the thing is Dragon took him. He didn't know anything about
exactly
like his past. Like remember he had amnesia, so he was just he was saved. He did say like like when he's
I don't
crying,
want
he's
to.
like because like they're a complete filth, like the Celestials. So yes, he probably does want to change the world, but Usopp does too because he went to war with the government, like at Enies Lobby.
No,
Like-
we all know they went to like in the grand scheme of things, what the Straw Hats are doing is awesome, but in a grand scheme of things, it's kind of nothing compared to the revolutionaries are doing because wait. Let me just finish my point. Like obviously they've done some crazy stuff, but literally the revolution has been taking over countries that literally like liberating different countries, and on that scale of armies doing that every day, like for example. When we saw Dragon literally find out Luffy's bounty, right? And there's a guy celebrating there, like, yeah, we've got another country down. Like, Dragon can't even celebrate a win. It's a war. Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's because it's a war. Like, it's it's a long-term thing. It's not gonna end until one of the sides is gone, essentially. So
prior to that was Koala saying like prior to that Koala was literally telling like Dragon constantly like she was being the like annoying little girl that was like Dragon Daddy, like like Usopp your son or not Usopp, Luffy your son, like look at what he did, Dressrosa. Like she was constantly telling him.
Oh no, but what I'm talking about is even before that though. When I'm saying when he first saw him get the 300 million bounty, just as literally after Enies Lobby, and he's just the Straw Hats became super famous, and literally Dragon's like he sees the bounty and he's like, and the guy's celebrating right on a table, and one of his men, and he's just like, dude, this is like, I know you're happy right now, but what you even this one country's small potatoes. Because we literally need to take over the whole of the One Piece universe.
Okay,
like the scale of what they're doing compared to what Luffy's doing is still incredibly hard to become Pirate King. But to take over the One Piece universe, to liberate it from the world government, the amount of countries they own, the amount of admirals they have, the amount of strong people they have in the army, the amount of people that have to fight, the alliances, the warlords, it's insane.
I'll say this and then I'll end it because like. Not the stream, but end like the debate, just so we can move on to the next people.
Okay.
So to argue with like what's bigger, right? Is who do you think is going to be leading everyone at the end of the series in this big war that was foreshadowing that says Marineford is nothing? Who do you think is going to be the big one that's doing everything?
Luffy.
Okay, so Luffy, right? So
Luffy. I'm not sure about that because Luffy. No, I'm being serious. Luffy wants to become Pirate King, right? Once you like, if you're saying what, did you become Pirate King, then the war happens, or the
No,
war
no,
happens before he
what
becomes
happened
Pirate King?
was probably
Okay,
because like you know how the whole thing of like
because
the one,
for example,
say
all
it
right,
and I'll
sorry,
go.
I'll just finish this point before I enter. Yeah, like because the thing we've all about know about Luffy, he has a one-track mind, like kind of thing. Like we all know, he didn't go to Enos Lobby just to make a big stir and become famous. He went there just to save his friend, and now just happened to be a consequence of him saving his super famous, right? So what, unless someone is captured, like he doesn't care about his dad like that. Unless Sabo is captured or one of his friends, or maybe even Robin, right? There's
Right.
no reason generally for Luffy to be like, oh, this cause is like right now, this moment, unless something happens to Fish Island or something like that. There's no reason for him to just go full on all out and just like go against the world government. He just wants to become Pirate King, and then after that, then you can make the after that you can make the like once he becomes Pirate King, then he can try and change the world once he learns about everything and blah blah blah. But the thing is, Dragon and those guys are going to be involved in that war heavily, and it's up to you if you guys think about is Dragon
Well,
going to die before then, or Sabo going to become head of the revolutionaries. But the fact is, we know for a fact that there will be a battle between the revolutionaries and the world government for a fact.
so
The Straw Hats will be involved in some capacity, but I can't say how. That's all I can
so
say.
like okay, I'm gonna try wrapping up, but I'll say like my points and then like just respond to them and then we'll vote after that. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So who?
Okay, that's why this is kind of unfair though.
No,
It's,
well, I
it's a
mean, you
biased
start
panel
first.
right now.
So I mean,
No, I mean like the panel right now is like there's nobody. All you guys are friends
no,
from like a
trust.
while
No,
ago.
wait,
trust
are
me.
we friends?
Okay, no, for real though, like the Kizaru guy, JJ, and Kevin, if they disagree with us, they're gonna disagree with us. Trust us.
Yeah, they wouldn't
Yeah.
help us.
Like
Fuck
you
for real.
Well,
literally heard Kevin
but
instantly say like, "Nikki, phone me in. Like I'm gonna wreck this kid."
Yeah, I want to be on your side, Nikki.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
like we're
I want
not
to put him
not.
down,
Get
man.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see later when JJ tries to wreck Dan.
uh,
For no
Okay.
reason.
Yeah. Well, okay. So my
okay, I don't
points.
believe it, but whatever.
I mean,
You
what?
gotta believe, Nikki. We've been telling you
Yeah.
since day one.
But okay. So what
All
I was
right,
gonna get to.
go and make
So I
your
was gonna
point.
get to is your point was like, so far it seems like the Revs have done more than Straw Hats, right? In terms of changing the world.
Yes, because they've literally taken over
Okay.
countries
So
and stuff.
don't go like too much into it. I just want like a yes or no answers. So who was the deciding factor in Dressrosa?
That
The deciding factor
is
in
really hard. It's
Dressrosa.
really like everyone
Now he
almost.
wants
No,
Nikki to.
like in terms of like factions, who did the most?
Who did the most in terms of faction? Um,
And I think you know the answer.
I would
You know the
say
answer deep
Luffy. I
down.
would say Luffy.
So the Straw
Ah,
Hats.
yeah.
So the Straw Hats, right? Which therefore later brings Fuji able to apologize on camera to everyone, to all the citizens across the world, which disgraced the Marines, as well as hinting that the Shichibukai system will therefore be gone, which will change the world. And then later, like, or sorry, prior to that, we have Alabasta. Who did the most at Alabasta?
Luffy.
So the
What's
Straw
your
Hats
point?
again, right?
What's your
So
point here?
again, they brought down the Shichibukai. They found the poneglyphs. They saved a country which was one of the top 10 countries. So Vivi and Alabasta and Nefertari, as same as Dressrosa, right? Because they were there. So when they go to the Reverie, who do you think they're going to be talking about?
Probably Blackbeard.
No,
I
I'm
said
trying.
Yonko base.
It's Straw Hats. I'm hinting
The
at Straw Hats.
Yonko.
Just go with the answer you said for the
Yeah,
question.
I'm
But,
joking. I'm joking.
but yeah, Straw
Obviously,
Hats, right? Because
Luffy. Yeah.
Rebecca, Shirahoshi, because I was going to bring it Fisherman Island, same thing. So Shirahoshi, Rebecca, and then Vivi are going to probably hint at each other that okay, the Straw Hats, like they saved their countries. These are the top countries in the world, right? It's like they're part of the original 10 and whatnot. So they're going to be the people that
Yeah,
later down
but
the
we
line
don't know
are
the rest. We don't know the rest of them. But yeah, we can
right. But later down the
continue.
line, we're going to get hinted at because we already have been that these countries are going to probably leave. Like they're going to
Hopefully, hopefully.
there's a certain word for it, but they're going to leave the main
Annex.
government, right? Annex, yeah, they're going to annex from the main government, and then they're going to probably join the Straw Hats and then fight
Secede.
against.
Yeah.
So Straw Hats are going to be the ones leading all these big countries that were prior to this all for the government to a point, but now they're with the pirates and with the rebellions, whatever you want to call them. And then you have people like Kobe, right? and from the inside, Kobe, Smoker, Fuji, who are now changed specifically from Luffy. Because remember when Fuji's like, I wish I wasn't blind. Like, I wish I could see you, hear your voice, or like see your like face, smile, or
Well,
whatever.
I could argue Garp has probably had more influence on those guys than Luffy has had.
Yeah,
I
but
Because
you're
if it
saying
wasn't
stuff
for
that's like not
no, no,
in
no,
canon.
no. Kobe would have never met Garp if it wasn't for Luffy. He even said
Yeah,
so.
no,
He
but
even
fact.
said he would.
Fact.
yeah, I agree. That's the point. But I'm saying on people like Okiji who influenced Smoker, you know what I mean? Like Garp influenced Okiji, Okiji's influenced Smoker, and then obviously
But
Garp
who? But you remember when the
It's
Garp
like
and
what's the change?
Kobe
Like
are
what
straight
started that
together.
process?
like what was
Huh?
the big factors, which is Garp or sorry, Smoker got saved by Zoro, which was saved by Luffy, right? Because after they left the cage with the crocodile underwater, right? And Mr. Crocodile, Mr. Zero's like original like base, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like raindrop base, I think it was called.
Rain
Uh,
base.
rain base, yeah. And so they got saved, and then that's what changed Smoker's idea. Like this guy's a pirate, he should have left me to die, but he's like different. Like
Yeah.
Kobe knows he's different. Helmepo knows he's different. All these people, they're gonna eventually change the world from the inside, from the government point of view, right? Are gonna be these new Marines, whatever you want to call them, like the new Marines, and they're gonna be the good Marines that are gonna team up with Luffy to change from the inside. So from what I see as a reader, is it seems like the Straw Hats are the main factors for changing the world from both the inside and the outside.
But
And
all
again, if
you've done. Okay, sorry, I don't want to interrupt. Have you finished or?
oh yeah, basically, and then we'll end it
Well,
after your point, and then we'll go.
okay. Yeah, I'll mention last because okay, you've mentioned like let's say Dressrosa, Alabasta, and let's say Fishman Island, right?
Right,
The three of they are one of the three of the most important countries, right? But on the scale of things, like and I'm sure we're gonna have a revolutionary arc about what they've done, right? We have
right.
no idea which countries have taken over, which ones they've influenced. We really get a hint here or there, but the fact is, they're such a they're such a thorn in the side of the world government that literally Dragon is the most wanted person in the whole of the world. He's the most wanted man. I get your point that the Straw Hats do influence people and such, but the fact is, Dragons influence people so far to the point that a guy like Kuma, Ivankov is so surprised. A guy like Kuma would literally give himself up to the government that he knows that Kuma hates so much. So, and I'm sure you even I think it was you or someone else who had the theory of that about even the pacifisters could literally do the, or actually even might have been 44 actually. That the pacifisters can even do the Star Wars Clone Wars thing, like the Order 66, and then they'll just betray the world government essentially, right?
Mm.
So I'm just making the point that I know what you're saying. The Straw Hats are like the Straw Hats are like a match essentially, right?
Yeah.
And
And they
they
ignite
start it's starting a
everything.
little fire, but literally that fire will impact a lot of people. But the revolutionaries have already been burning like fire for the last I don't even know how long it's been taking Dragon to build it up essentially. And just to get back on the point of Sabo, you were right about the Dows. Usopp is a very creative fighter the way he fights and stuff. But Sabo is no slouch either. Maybe the fact that Usopp has got further to go and he's got more difficulties and such will help him like be more creative and still. But the fact that the is Sabo's haki will be disgusting. It will be so disgusting by the time we get to end of series. I don't think many people will be able to compete with it. Like, and I know you made the point about him saying he's gonna be the most powerful person from the East Blue, to Perono while they're fighting and stuff. But we all know for a fact that no matter what happens on the Straw Hat crew, Luffy will be the most powerful Straw Hat, bar none, bar none. People may be close, like Zoro, or
And
maybe
Usopp.
even Sanji. Yes, Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp maybe like they'll like Usopp will be he won't be close to those three, but like he'll be closer to more to maybe Zoro or Sanji, but he's not touching Luffy essentially. So because the yeah, so the
Who do
point
you
that
think's gonna?
I'm gonna wrap up my point by saying Sabo, no matter how even when he's got Devil Fruit, which obviously he can Usopp could take advantage of his weakness of water and stuff. By the time Sabo masters his devil fruit, he will be insane. Insane. And anyway, there, I'll just end the argument there. Sabo is reaching for the stars. He's trying to save the world, literally save the world. And I'll end my debate there.
I don't know, Nikki. I don't know.
Well, I don't think I was like, I preferred people in the comments to vote, but it's
Yeah.
even harder. It's even harder because DJK did make good arguments, but I know everyone doesn't think that his Usopp theories are good, so it'd be hard for him to. So it's a catch-22 because I think I'll lose if you guys vote for me. I don't know.
Nikki, why don't you believe in yourself? God.
Because it's not like it's too much of a biased panel. I would need like 44 and Maras and everybody, then it'd be making it more fair.
All right. Well, DGK, I don't know what happened. He got kicked out by Hangouts or whatever.
Oh, okay, that's not good because he needs to come back.
No, he's joining back right now.
It's all right. Stebo wins anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I heard
Is that a Sabo for everybody?
That's an I here.
It's gonna be a Sabo, but you know. What's another good matchup?
But that was an unfair debate though. Like I can't even lie. Like
well, no, the point of it,
me?
it's not even like, oh, for example, like
Can you guys
if we were to say right, yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
The point of it is just you get a random person and you defend them no matter what you say. Like,
I
if
know.
you had Usopp, if you had Usopp and DGK had Sabo, we'd still expect you to defend Usopp.
Yeah, exactly. Like I still wouldn't win. I don't think I should still win, but it was still good
Bro,
defense.
I think
like,
the chat's saying Usopp, Nikki. That's what I think.
oh nah, go
If you want to,
I'm reading.
I can straw pull this shit of it.
Why can't I see the chat?
No, you have to go on the YouTube actual page, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
No, but they're saying Sabo.
Okay, guys. What do you guys think then? Because what's the next?
Oh wait,
I had a few.
Wait, I want to mention something
Really
real quick.
good one.
We're also not like doing it just like, for instance, like again, like he said, if someone got Shanks and the other person got like the dude in the chest,
Just
right?
that.
Oh no,
Dino?
but I just want to reiterate it. Like
Yeah.
we're not like voting on like, oh well, instantly everyone's gonna vote Shanks. It's like if that other dude like makes good facts
Like,
for how the
yeah.
chest guy's gonna win, you guys should be voting for the chest guy. Just to clear it up.
Yo, guys.
Yo,
Hey, my
44.
dog 44.
Yeah, 44. We
Someone-
need you. Yeah,
I'm
we got
just-
out. 44.
Alright,
All right.
I just joined for a couple of seconds to bring to you guys the topic of Kobe end of story versus Sabo end of story.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Who?
do we want
Okay,
to do
so-
another Sabo though?
No, yeah, good point. But that's an
Let's
interesting
save it for,
fight though.
Let's save it for like a matchup or two. Well, so it's not just Sabo. But
Yeah, true. I'm looking
Yeah, I
through the
saw this
comments by the way,
really-
and I'm seeing that since there's a really
Mihawk.
yeah. Also,
Yeah,
dude, this Billy Bob
Mihawk
has been
versus
seeing a
Killer.
bunch of matchups. He has.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. It's
Hey,
you
Laz
know
is-
the answer
Like,
to that.
like, bro.
Laz, Roboto, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
But Billy Bob had a couple good matchups. Like he did put the Dolphy versus
Yeah,
Mihawk.
well,
Earlier
so
he
wait,
had
Dolphy
like
versus Mihawk?
Magellan. It's either that, but I had he put a better one. I think. He put,
I think
Magellan
Dolphy versus Magellan's a good pick,
okay,
honestly.
alright. Well, let
Dude,
him.
that's what I'm saying. Dolphy versus Magellan, I think, is a really good one.
If he's still
Yeah.
here, who do you guys, Billy Bob? Who do you want to like debate?
He
the two of
said
them, and
me,
then give one
Magellan,
character to each
against
person?
you, Dolphy, but that might be
Here's
too
me?
much for you to just keep going. It might be too
I
much for you to
think-
just keep going.
I think we should switch it though. Like,
Wait,
it can't be
exactly.
me and DGK again. It has to be another two
Exactly.
people.
Wait, who? Oh, okay, so who does he
In the
want,
initial
though?
comment, he put me for Magellan and you for Doflamingo, but I'm saying you did just
I mean, I
debate.
guess he
Yeah.
doesn't want to get wrecked, I guess.
No, it
All
sounds
right,
like
so-
you don't want to get wrecked. Yeah.
So, Kevin or JJ then versus or Monkey D? Which one? Like,
Guys,
who-
Monkey,
which
I
you guys-
want Monkey D versus Dan. Or no, Monkey D versus Kevin. So Dan versus Kevin.
Okay.
Who?
I got
so who do
Magellan.
you guys want?
I got Magellan.
And then I guess he gets Dolphy, right?
Are you cool with that?
I get
Kev?
Dolphy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go first.
What's the matchup?
Doflamingo versus Magellan.
Yeah. And like, guys, remember, I want to say it one more last time. Is like it's based
Hold
off of
on,
the
1
facts.
second.
It's based off the facts that you guys hear.
Yeah,
not,
like the
your
arguments
biased
that
opinion.
the
Yeah,
arguments
it's
that can be
based on
presented
the-
forth. You know,
Yeah.
like for example, like in Arlong Park, like before we ever saw the end of it, no one would think that Usopp was beating that Fishman guy Chew, but it kind of happened. You know what I mean? Like, how can you outplay people?
I believed in Usopp actually. Negative.
No,
man.
I believe in it too. I believe in it too, but a lot of people are saying that he's super trash. You know?
All right.
So if you guys are ready,
You got Doflamingo, Kev.
Kevin go.
You got Magellan? All right.
Mm,
First of all,
And fight.
First of all, he was Warlord. Probably one of the best. Took down Moria at Marine Ford. However you want to look at it. Is there a rebuttal, right?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you could just say whatever you want to say, and then I'll pick in after.
Okay. His hockey is so up there. It was pretty much on par with Luffy. His Devil Fruit makes him crazy powerful. From the point of healing himself to the point of just amplifying every which way, taking control of people. So you want to start listing off moves and shit. The way he can get around, his cunningness, the way he rose, Celestial Dragon. I'll leave it at that. I want to hear what you got to say, Dan.
All right, bro. There's no way Dolphy's beating Magellan. No way. What's it? My bad. But it's just like, for example, like let's say Doflamingo, like one thing that you're trying to say is how you can control people with a parasite, right? It's just the fact that like stuff like that, when it doesn't mean it automatically works. Like let's say he tries to parasite him or something, and then poison starts oozing on the strings all the way to Doflamingo. You know what I mean? Like he can't. It's not such an easy matchup in the sense that like he would just scrape him. Two, the fact, bro, everyone feared Magellan, bro. It's like, for example, now that Doflamingo's been beat, where is he going? Impelled down to be guarded by who? Magellan. Because the world government would trust him with something like that, you know? After in the Impelled Down arc, when everyone broke out and all the prisoners were running away, what happened? They ran because no one was trying to turn back and fight Magellan. You know what I mean? They knew the second we get touched by that poison, it's a wrap. And that was when he was even doing the base form of poison, before he brought out the Venom Demon thing. Like, I honestly think Magellan could possibly take him, like, maybe not Awakening Dolphy, but besides hopefully using Awakening, he wouldn't even need the Venom Demon to beat him. You know, he'd use all his poison, like, he's a Hydra, the snake weight thing or whatever, you know? The fact that he could one-shot someone like Blackbeard, you know? I think it's just too much, because also, like, people will say, like, Blackbeard has, like, weaker durability or something, but I think it's just in the sense that, like, after he got his fruit, like, Blackbeard-wise, was lower because he had such a high one, so to still one-shot him and, like, his whole crew, you know, and then just walk off like nothing happened. Like, I don't know. Just for seeing how many strong people were in Impelled Down, and they weren't, like, besides Ivankov's mission wasn't even, oh, I'm going to beat him. It's, I'm going to stall him so you guys can run. You know, like, I'm going to fight him off. That's what I kind of think about it.
Never, Kevin, you can phone friends in if you want to.
I don't know. To go off of that, like, we've seen how much that Doflamingo can take. Like, he took Luffy in Gear 4 not once but twice before even going down. That I think that would put Magellan, like, if you even look at it, like, if you say it's like a closed area, yeah, Magellan would probably have the advantage in the sense that Doflamingo would be limited to mobility. But an area where he can move freely, I don't see how Magellan can really keep up compared to how fast he can move and, like, really control the situation. Like, I get what you're saying with the Hydra and, like, being able to burn everything, but if Dolphy can literally go Awakening and turn everything into string to the point that you're standing on nothing, like, I don't see how Magellan can counter that. His hockey is ridiculous. I'm trying to think how else to word this. Like, Magellan has a strong weak point that he constantly has to be taking a shit. Like, you can't.
It's all the poison.
No durability.
But still, like, he can't stay in a fight that long. He's always, like, hindered by it. It's his Achilles heel.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like, let's say it's not in Impelled Down or something, right? Like, for the whole open area argument, like, I hear what you're saying, but he still has the, like, the snake weight thing that he did. Like, if you're trying to say that Doflamingo will just be so fast that he can fly around him or something? Because that's what his maneuverability comes from that you're talking about, right? Like the fact
Yeah,
that
no, that's what I'm referring to.
okay, cool. So the way that he flies, it's not that he can just fly straight up. We saw, right, that he has to connect his strings to the clouds in order to fly. So what's stopping Magellan from literally straight up limiting his movement by shooting up a big spout? Like essentially, I'm trying to think of a good way to like word it so you can like kind of picture it. But let's say he sends up a Hydra thing. Let's say he sends up a Hydra straight up into the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he just lets it pretty much explode in the air, just like in a radius. And you might say, okay, well, why would he do that? But it will affect all the strings that he's trying to use to fly. That poison would just start seeping down the strings till it gets to Doflamingo. So it's either you start fighting me on the ground at this point, or the poison hits you. And bro, this is the other thing that I'm trying to say. The purple poison, bro, it's supposed to kill you. You know what I mean? Like we haven't seen anyone except for Luffy, right, really get hit by it and like actually survive. Right, like, and that's the base form poison. That's before he even gets to the Hydra, the red one, you know? Like, if Doflamingo were to really actually be pressuring Magellan, he'd bust out the Venom Demon. Facts. Like, as soon as that comes out, too, there's nothing, like, no, there's nothing really Doflamingo can do to overpower it, is what I'm trying to get at. You know? Because, like, because it's his element, right? So I'm presuming that me personally, like, I don't think the Venom Demon would hurt Magellan himself. So what's to stop him from kind of using, like, not to bring in other series, but even though it's kind of referencing it, Sasano from Naruto? What's stopping him from going and sitting inside that thing and walking around with it like a shell of armor? And even if he uses Awakening, the second all those strings from his Awakening touch the Venom Demon, they melt and they do nothing. At that point, literally, Magellan's just walking towards Doflamingo waiting to one-shot him. And the hockey thing doesn't really matter too, because like it would burn through the hockey.
Someone wanted to like mention whether or not he could use his clones to fight the entire time. I don't know if you want to touch on that.
I mean,
go ahead.
The clone would just get melted. Like as soon as the clone gets touched, you know what I mean? That's that. Like the clone, it's not like. I don't mean to bring in Naruto again, but it's kind of like Naruto's Kagebunshin thing. Like, yeah, it's there, and it could dish out mass amounts of damage, just like if he was there himself. But once it gets touched, it's done. You know?
One of said the clone won't be affected by poison because it's not real, but it's made of strings.
The strings themselves. That's what I'm saying.
They would burn away.
The strings exactly. And
I think you're trying to say like it won't harm Dolphy in a way.
No, it wouldn't harm.
It doesn't make
exactly.
sense. Yeah.
It wouldn't harm Doflamingo.
No,
that's what I'm trying to say, bro. It would like if let's say the whole clone argument, right? Let's say I'm gonna even like amp it up. Let's say Doflamingo can make 10 clones, right? If those clones don't do any damage, like it's not doing anything. It's just a stalemate at that point. You know what I mean? Like once the clones get hit by because that's what the poison does. You see it just eroding away at stuff. You know?
I just wanted to say if Law couldn't cut his strings without Ornament Hockey, right? So Law had to Ornament Hockey to cut strings, but it still didn't break. How could Magellan's poison break his Ornament Hockey up strings? I'll let you answer.
I think, for example, that's why I brought in the whole Venom Demon thing. Like, because it melted everything, bro. Like, for example, like me personally, I think someone like Crocodile's Awakened. Personally, right? From all the crazy different types of stuff that we saw him do. But my whole argument is when they were at the very end of Impel Down arc, when he actually brought out that Venom Demon thing, there were hundreds of prisoners running away between all different levels. You know what I mean? So there were a lot of people from like level 5 and stuff, you know? Level 5 and level 6 that should be able to fight him, you would think, right? And what did those guys choose to do? They chose to run away because they knew there's no way we're beating him right now. Because as soon as we get touched by the poison, you're dead. Like, the whole thing about Magellan is, like, yes, he does have, like, weaker durability and stuff. And something, you know? But it's just, like, in terms of destructive power, like, how much he's going to do to you, you have to avoid him. You know what I mean?
Could Doflamingo, like, use, like, Magellan pretty much as a puppet?
Well, honestly, what I brought that up. That was my first point, actually. The whole parasite thing that he does.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, okay, let's say he uses parasite on him. What's stopping? And let's say Magellan's actually frozen, right? Like the way Jozu was. What's stopping him from like using the poison to seep up the strings back to Doflamingo?
Yeah.
Like Doflamingo would literally have to cut the parasite thing off. You know?
Big thing too about poison, guys, is like the corrosion effects of it, which means like it just disappears. Like his strings should logically
Yeah, they should
go
exactly. Just
like even if it doesn't go to Dofi, like they're just gone, which is what they're trying to
exactly.
get. I'll let you guys go for like another 3 minutes, and then I'll move on to the next one, just so it's like 15 minutes each or something like that.
You want to go, Kev?
Wait, what's that?
Honestly, I'll end this debate in 3 minutes. We'll vote in 3 minutes. That way, like we'll do like every like 15 and 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Like, per debate.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
can
well,
vote them.
I feel like most has kind of already been said. Like, you really want to keep going?
No, I'm just saying. Do you have any? I'm just asking. Do you have any other?
Oh, do
like,
anything else to
I'm
add?
trying to say. Like I'm trying to
Can-
say, the
is there no way
majority of
people-
Doflamingos. What are you saying, Nikki?
I was gonna say, can like I don't know. So you can't get involved in debates, can you? Because there's so much I want to say, but I can't.
Nah,
say.
Oh,
well, I
no,
mean,
Nikki.
You've had enough time. Nikki.
Kevin would have to phone you in, Nikki. You can't just jump in.
Okay.
I'll phone him
Okay,
in.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
No, do not give the phone to Nikki. Don't.
Give
No.
it
You've
to
had
me.
enough time, mate. I'm playing.
No, he's giving me phone a friend, man. You can't stop the rules, man.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Okay, cool. First of all, the level 6 predators argument is kind of unfair because essentially they're already famished, they're not at their peak performance, and the fact is, like they already get beaten up by the Minotaur people like kind of regularly if they talk crap and stuff. So the level 6 prisoners literally get treated the harshest out of every prisoner in the whole prison. And essentially, what we saw from how Luffy literally was able to just do a normal jet bazooka, and it got thing onto his knees. It's just incredible. Like we just already know that the Magellan's stamina is not, his durability is not that great. And the great thing about Dofi is he's so versatile as a fighter. So literally, he can be using his god strings from afar. He can be keeping as far away from Magellan as possible with his haki tipped. Because I get that they can burn the strings off, but we haven't seen what would happen if he gets attacked with haki yet. And I think haki should be able to do some damage to him essentially. And without him having great durability, I think it'll have quite a big effect on him. So. And I just personally think that him being quite a slow character as well will not really help Magellan in the long run because Dofi is very versatile. He can fly, he can move around, and depending on the setting of the fight, he can like turn literally the room into strings and stuff. So anything like he can just constantly be attacking Magellan, and Magellan can't do much because he's not very easy to like. He can't get away quickly because he's quite a slow character. And yeah, that's my bit for now. So there you go,
Okay.
Kevin.
Dan, phone me in for
That
the
boy.
technique.
No, I just want to ask one thing. For the whole hockey thing that you're saying that basically if someone uses hockey, they should be able to hurt Magellan, right? And what I'm getting from this is that they can hurt Magellan while simultaneously not taking damage from the poison, right?
I'm
Is that
saying
what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying Dofi literally he uses long range attacks. We've seen this in Dressrosa. So I'm saying that's a disadvantage. If it was someone like Luffy, I get your point. Like straight
No,
away,
but
it's not gonna work. But
Magellan also
But-
uses long range attacks.
no, but he has to shoot them. Like I'm saying, he's not.
I feel like his attacks are slower paced, where like something like overheat just
Yeah.
shoots across the map.
Also, about the level 6 prisoner argument, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I just personally don't really agree. Because, like, for example, here, and this is why I don't agree. They're talking about
Okay.
people, like, all the different punishments that they had to go through. People on level 6 were, what's it called? Like, you get boiled a lot. Like, it was crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Things that, like, normal people can't take. You know what I mean? Like, these are punishments that, like, they're torture. And, like, normal people would pretty much die. And I thought like the whole thing about them being on level 6, like for example, it was talking about like when people like Ace and Jinbei got in, and the whole like when you get dropped in the vat of hot boiling water that everyone was running away from because it was so hot on that level. They said people like Ace and Jinbei didn't even bat an eyelash, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's nothing to these types of
like.
people. But those
Yeah, I
are
get
level
that point.
6 type prisoners. That's what I'm saying.
No-
Those are level
Yeah, but that's like.
prisoners.
But that's like entry level though. That's literally when you get in. That's the first thing they do is boil you. Like that's nothing to do with level 6 at all. It's like every
That's
prisoner that
I
goes
thought that was
through.
level like 4 or whatever.
Wait, if you're talking about the
Like,
'cause the level 1, there's different levels and each one has different forms of punishment. Level
Yeah,
1
exactly,
is the
but-
forest. It's the red forest with all the spiders, the venomous snakes and whatnot.
No, but those
Uh,
were the minotaurs
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
pool,
on level
yeah, no,
1.
you're talking about the pool of blood, which is level I think 5.
Yeah, no, it's level like
yeah.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
You know, that's one
No,
of the more higher forms of punishment that they have.
No, okay, I can't say this for certain, but I'm pretty sure the minute any prisoner goes through impel down, they have to get boiled, right?
No,
Like for
it's
disinfectant or something like that to
no,
disinfect
it's
them and
based on
stuff.
what level you're on. Like, if you're on level 1, you only get the punishment for level 1 prisoners. If you're on level 2, you get the punishment that level 1 prisoners got, and you get the punishment for level 2 prisoners. If you're on level 6, you get everything. So I hear what you're saying about, oh, they should be battered and weakened, but I think the whole thing about it, like when they say like these dudes didn't even bat an eyelash, they're so strong. Or dude, think about it. Like when Ace got out of his handcuffs, you know what I mean? He had been in impel down for how long? You're trying to say he's malnourished, he didn't have energy.
Yeah, of
But
course.
not no, I hear what you're saying, but it's not like he was like, oh guys, someone carry me, please. You know what I mean? Like I need help. Like
No, but he was literally getting executed that day. Like he couldn't exactly just be like malnourished, not be getting carried everywhere and stuff. He had to be strong enough to move around, right? To get transported because no one wants to lift Ace. They're like just keep like no one's gonna you know what I mean. It's just it doesn't make logical sense. It's just like just feed him enough so he can transport himself, but don't get him like full power or whatever. And he's wearing sea stone handcuffs as well, so he can't do much. Like we saw what happened to Jinbei essentially when the Minotaur guards just came in. He was talking crap. They just like smacked him with the bat and stuff. But anyway, I'm sorry. I gotta stop the bit. I
yeah,
want to get out now because this is Kevin's
yeah.
fight. So
I
sorry.
wanna
Kevin.
Nah, it's all good.
Dan, follow me in for the last fight.
for what? For dude,
I can't say it
I
if you don't follow me in, man. That's the rules.
no,
All right.
fuck you. Honestly, I just don't.
Yeah.
But what's
Already
it
getting
called?
heated.
No. Here, sorry. What? Just because we got a little off topic. What was the last thing you were saying, Kevin? You think that Doflamingo like outpaces him, right?
Well, I was saying that, like, in the sense of like
Like-
his attacks, if you think about like how his attacks work, they extend from his body, and it's like a liquid. It doesn't really have a lot of like momentum behind it. It has a good amount of momentum, but it's not like how Doflamingo's moves are, where they're like super quick.
I mean, but it's just like different things, right? So let's say they're like you're trying to say that Doflamingo is going to be like other side like of the arena type deal. Like,
Well, I'm not saying like
any
that.
attack-
I'm saying like there's going to be just a good amount of distance, and for an attack to how it would start. If like Doflamingo didn't attack, it would start and it'd be done right now. If he didn't attack, the attack would then have to come at you, and like we've seen that like his attacks are kind of like vary from like massive to small for Magellan, and
Yeah.
like for any of his like crazy attacks like to be like super effective are huge, like the Hydra or whatever, and that takes time to like reach across.
Oh, no. The thing is, like, all his attacks are effective though. Like, it's the consistency of the poison
Well,
itself.
let me put it
Get
this
a drop
if-
of the poison on you, you die eventually. If you
let's
don't
say
get
let's say the
antidote.
Hydra shot at Doflamingo, and
Mhm.
he shoots back overheat and like uses hockey behind it. Would it not get through it?
Okay, let's say here let's say the
I
overheat
wanted an
starts
answer.
piercing through the Hydra. No, I'm saying let's say the overheat starts piercing through the Hydra. Does the Hydra dissipate because of that?
Well, that's what I'm
You know what
asking.
saying? Like, it would continue like what you're trying to say is that there's hockey, does it immediately burn the strings, and the strings start shooting at Magellan, right? The Hydra's still going straight for Doflamingo. You know, and if they hit at the same time, right? All Magellan has to do is not go down in one hit, and he wins that fight. Because as soon as a one drop of poison gets on Doflamingo, the fight is over. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's say here, based on what you were saying, for difference in like fighting style, Doflamingo would be more versatile. He can at a bigger distance. I'm gonna bring up the Venom Demon thing again, right? So let's say he can sit in the Venom Demon, right? And he literally sits in there. All the attacks that are coming at them are melting, right? What's stopping him from just slowly walking up on Doflamingo and doing like that poison breath thing that he had before? Whereas, you know, as soon as you start breathing in the poison,
The fact is, he's gonna have to take a shit.
bro, no, come on, like, we're saying realistically, like, come on, no trolling.
I don't know,
man.
Dan.
Shut up, dude.
It's the argument, man. He can make any points he wants.
You making
Monkey
enemies
D.
of us? We're gonna fuck with each other.
Yeah.
I tried to help him.
Like-
I won it for him.
No, I hear, but like I'm saying, in that scenario, the fight just started, and you're saying, well, he would lose because he has to go take a shit as soon as the fight starts. Like,
Well, no, I'm just fucking with you, but nah.
I know, but some people don't understand that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
I just don't see how, like, this is what I'm trying to get at, Kev. I'm just saying, in terms of, like, for example, like, Doflamingo, weakest attack. If you take Doflamingo's weakest attack, I'm pretty sure there's a good amount of people that can tank that weakest attack. If you take Magellan's weakest attack, and I'm saying, like, and you don't defend it, right? If you're just sitting there letting it happen to you, some people would still survive Doflamingo's right? But if they let Magellan drop even a drop of his poison on them, they die, Kevin. That's what it is. That's why he's the, what's it called, overseer of all of Impel Down, and why all of the inmates ran away. And also, I was, for Nikki's point earlier about the whole hockey thing, like, I'm assuming someone like Ivankov would probably have hockey, right? So why didn't Ivankov, someone like that, just smack him down? You know? Like, it should be easy. Like, you guys are trying to say the point, like, Magellan's so weak physically and has so little durability that anyone can beat him, and that the only reason they can't is because the poison's in the way. Like, I think he's somewhat strong, you know what I mean? And the poison is just overkill.
I didn't say that exactly. I don't think he's that
No,
weak.
I
I'm
know.
just-
Nikki, you're
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's an argument, Nikki.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna interrupt anymore. That's all I said.
no, that's fine. But I feel what you're saying, but I don't know. All in all, I feel like it really comes down to the vote, because I feel like we're just going to keep going back and forth.
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
Okay.
people in the chat. We'll vote. And we'll just whoever like amount of people we see, we'll go off that.
I don't know. Billy Bob is the one who came up with the debate. Says I got
Why you put him on the spot like that?
I don't know, man.
Alright, so who do you guys think in the chat?
I mean, I see Stebo typing in Magellan's name.
Dofi.
Yo, stop that, lad. Stop. I see your hate.
Oh, you can't. You can't.
I see the fire
No,
in your
I'm-
eyes, lad. Stop.
No, I'm sorry. The Kevin's shit argument just got me, man. I can't. Like, what's he gonna do, man? Like, Dolphy's a.
three penguins.
I see
Damn, yo.
2 Magellans, 1 Dofi, 2 Dofi.
Yeah. Oh, 3 Dofi.
Four
4.
Oh, there's a sorry, Kevin.
I mean,
That means.
So you're not going to scroll up to
so,
the other
4 to
Magellan?
3. No, I've been looking.
You.
Oh, yeah, there's a few more
Magellan.
Magellans.
There are a few more Magellans. Just scroll up.
Oh, okay.
Scroll
From
up.
I'm doing it from Stebo. So Stebo's got 1 Magellan, Bistoman, Magellan, Billy Bob,
It's looking like
Monkey
Dofi.
D, 3 Penguins, Dofi, Lance Matthews, Magellan, Darkside, Dofi, Stebo, Diarrhea. I don't know why I said that, but all right.
Because he's saying, Dolphy.
Oh, okay. But Blackleg, Ozeg,
It's looking
Dofi,
like Dofi.
Dofi again. Lazaro, Dofi. Like, I'm about to put Dofi, so like.
Wait,
another
hold on.
Magellan.
Nikki, what is the count at right now, Nikki? What's the count at?
I,
No one
I-
else
I
has
thought
it.
you guys were counting. Like, that's
No,
what I'm
no,
I
saying.
see a bunch of Dofis right now. That's all I
I just see
see.
Dofis.
I just see Dofis.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll count.
Oh,
Someone count the Dolphins, though. I'll count the Magellans.
And where are you starting from in the chat? 'Cause the chat
I'm
doesn't-
from Stebo. Literally from Stebo.
I know, but Stebo's talked several times. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, no. Stebo, it says so does Magellan. So
Okay.
Submit last name.
Bistoma, Magellan.
And you could phone me in.
I didn't need to. I'm saving it, Monster.
It looks like you needed it.
Nope.
6-5 Doflamingo. 6-6. Tie game.
Ooh, 6-6.
Bottom of the ninth.
Okay, should we do this? Golden goal. Last
You
person
need
who
a
says
home
it.
run. You need a home run right now.
You need 2 votes to win, I'd say. 2
lose
votes.
your rank.
Just-
And do you want to phone me in for the last chance?
No, it's already done.
Nah, it's over. It's over.
Okay.
It's already done. Monster, like, this game's going on, buddy. We'll talk.
Is there another 2 people willing to vote? Choose your vote now.
You can decide on Dan's future right now.
Oh, Magellan wins!
Wow.
Magellan wins!
No, wait, he said
Oh,
no,
no, Monkey D.
Drake already said it before. Drake said it before.
Oh, trying to cheat, eh?
Oh,
Collins, you troll
No, no, no,
motherfucker.
no, no,
Okay,
no.
Collins.
No,
I don't care. I
Drake
see
knows that it's
3
twice, that's
Magellans.
why.
I see 3 Magellans when you guys said I need to get out of here.
I just see crazy.
I do see Magellan.
Nah,
I don't see any more
I'm sorry
Dofis.
to say that, even though I don't think it's correct, guys, but It seems
That's why
Magellan
we're having
wins in the
a-
comments.
yeah.
That's why we're having
Nikki,
a
they
It's
don't know,
true.
man. They don't know.
Nick, you have to change your opinion.
Well, Dolphy, like if I put my vote, it'd been Dolphy again, but I'll just go with what it
I
says.
we're
see.
going by what the stream says.
Who do you guys
Come
want for
on.
the next streams? And then is
Oh,
JJ,
yeah?
is JJ even here?
He's not back yet.
Oh,
Dude.
okay.
He's
So who hasn't gone yet? Laws? Which Laws is dying.
Laz hasn't gone.
I'll make it
And-
quick. I'll make it quick.
Okay.
and then one of us would go again.
Yeah,
whoever-
so you guys pick who Laws goes against, and you give Laws and the other person their character.
I think yeah, it can't be me again because I already helped out with
No,
with
you can.
Kevin,
It's
so-
like whoever, even if you're a phone in, it won't matter. Just like whoever is
Yeah.
whoever just debated. And at this point,
Alright.
like we're about to be going back into like, what's it called? Every one of us did so far, except for JJ, because
Oh, fuck.
I see Law.
I see Law versus Cracker.
Well, I already know who I'm
Yeah.
taking.
So no, that's not how it works. They gotta give
Oh
it-
no, exactly.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, who are you taking? Cracker?
Oh, bad trolly people saying
Man,
Magellan
yeah.
now.
Oh, guys,
Well,
he's taking Cracker. I might have to.
By the way, I
Billy
saw a
Bob,
Rob. I saw Rob Lucci versus
I did see something.
Nekomamushi. That was
Yeah,
quite
I did see
interesting.
that.
Zoro
Who?
versus Vista. Okay.
Oh,
let's-
Rob Lucci versus Nekomamushi. I saw that
Urouge versus
earlier.
Luffy?
Ooh.
Urouge versus Luffy?
Bro, I swear to God, you don't give me the right one, it's game.
Alright, so I guess straw poll will be good. Oh, fuck it. So we got Zoro versus Vista. We'll decide it on our chat. So Zoro versus Vista, Urouge versus Luffy, or Law versus Cracker. Which one do you guys want to do? Like we'll do it with us here in the chat. So like,
Urouge
yeah.
versus Luffy.
I like that one.
okay, so it sounds like this one is the majority.
I like that.
I think I prefer Rouge versus Drake. The guy just popped up. That's quite more interesting to me right now.
Sounds like Urouge versus
I need to
Luffy.
see more Drake. I don't know.
Well, which one do you guys want to do? So for who do you guys want to give to Laws?
Oh, who
And
are
we're
you
doing
choosing?
Rouge
Urouge
versus
versus
Luffy,
Luffy.
right?
Urouge versus Luffy.
Urouge
Okay, I'll give
You know who to tell.
We want the stream to vote, Nikki.
Well, who's Laz going against? Who's Laz
That's what
going
we
against?
decide to.
We want
But-
the stream to tell us.
It doesn't-
Nikki. You can't just rush.
Oh,
these.
okay,
I'll
sorry,
take
my
on
bad.
Nikki. Let Nikki get Luffy. I'll take him on.
No, that's
Oh,
alright.
yeah.
No, that's
No,
alright.
I
No,
heard
you can
it.
take your Rouge if you
No,
want.
no. I want to
Up
challenge
to
you.
you, Rouge or Luffy. I don't mind. It's a challenge now. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's been a challenge. Didn't you hear it in his voice?
You're rocking a Luffy avatar. I'm going to have to fight you, of course.
Oh, okay. It's like that then. Then obviously I'm taking Luffy then. That's
Okay,
it.
so
Then.
we'll go
Fair
with that.
game. Okay.
So we'll let you guys start.
Nice.
I'll let you have the floor first.
Okay, let me just do the little opening
Take that, Nikki.
and
No, I'm
fight.
Yo.
Fight. Okay, I'll just begin with saying this. Urouge, the hype is over, guys. The hype is done. This guy
Right.
was so hyped. He beat probably a fourth string commander, right? We've never seen again. Like Snack's just gone off the face of the planet. We don't know if he's dead. We don't know how Urouge won. We don't know anything about it. But what I do know is I've seen Luffy's progression from day one. From day one, he's been fighting crazy people. He's beaten like half the warlords already. He's befriended the other half. Like he's the one of the only supernovas who had a bounty of 300 at the time. Like he's trained with Rayleigh. He's helped destroy the world government. He beat CP9, Rob Lucci, one of the best fights in One Piece. Like, all of this is obviously pre-time skip stuff. I'm gonna get to the post-time skip later in my argument. But I'm just saying this is what Luffy's been doing at this moment. And Rob Lucci was so feared that vice admirals are like, okay, guys, like if you mess around, this guy comes to kill you. And these are vice admirals that we know have haki, and that was pre-time skip, and they were afraid of Rob Lucci, and Luffy beat him. So that's just my opening for Luffy. He's the main character. Like we've seen his progression, and he's trained by one of the best, Rayleigh. Like, and that's why I end my argument, like my opening.
Okay, so you're done then.
Yep.
Okay. So I might as well just start from the very beginning and work my way up with the Rouge. Okay, fair enough. So we'll start off with what we know from back in Skypiea, which is the earliest we probably know of a Rouge, that a certain person that's NL fought back in the day, you know, the only Burka warrior that stood up to them, even though he fell, without plot hacks, indeed was a Rouge. Facts. He was able to combat against pacifistas without an issue. Luffy needed help from Zoro and Sanji. Facts. He's able to carry pillars with no difficulty whatsoever and bash around the second commanders in the other crews. Facts. He didn't need Nami to beat a Yonko commander, regardless of ranking. Facts. And the biggest fact of them all. And the biggest fact of them all. He forced Kaido to fucking jump off a cloud.
I love it.
Look at that.
I mean-
Kaido decided to commit suicide, then sit down and pray with the Rouge. If that isn't a fact, I don't know what is.
I like it. I like it, Dave.
Yo.
I won't lie. That was a great argument. You caught me off guard with the Kaido stuff. That blew my mind.
How are you gonna fight it?
How could you forget, Nikki? God.
All right. All right. I might just fight a bit dirty. I'll fight dirty now. All right. Urouge is an old man. Like, he got overhyped. He was pretty strong pre-time skip. He did some good stuff. Like, maybe pre-time skip, the whole bounty rating is a bit up in the air because we don't know what the rest of the supernovas were doing, essentially, right? We know Kid was like brutalizing people and stuff. That's why he got higher bounty than Luffy. Like, Urouge could have been stronger than Luffy pre-time skip. No one knows at this moment because you made the point about the pacifistas, right? But what I'm saying now is we have no idea who Urouge has trained with. We know for a fact Luffy trained on one of the gods of One Piece, Ray Lee. He knows every single haki. Every single haki. He's got conquerors. We've seen him, he's conquerors, right? Luffy, every time I can't see Urouge taking a King Kong gun in the face. Can you see Urouge taking a King Kong gun in the face? I can't see him taking a King Kong gun in the face. And the fact is, Luffy has plot hacks. He'll never lose to Urouge. It's just not happening. It's foreshadowed even when literally when about the worst generation, right? The top 5 people, right, who've been mentioned in the last 2 years during the whole time skip was Drake, Kid, Hawkins, Blackbeard, and I forget the last person, but I know it's not Urouge. Plain and simple. That guy was an old pirate who got good. It's like doing this. It's like you've been training for the maths. You failed the maths exam for 20 years, and then you just finally get to the top class, and everyone thinks you're sick. Essentially, you're like, oh my god. But he's an old man. He's probably been like he's had life experiences for 20 years. Luffy's ceiling is like there is no ceiling. He's gonna become Pirate King. We know this. Like it's a fact, man. And the giant pillar thing, please. Anyone can hold a giant pillar. Zoro could hold the giant pillar thing. Zoro could probably beat Urouge as well. Like it's just shameful, man. Urouge is the most. He's sickeningly overhyped. Him and Magellan and Enaru, they're just in this little crew of overhyped people. So I'll throw it back to you, Laz. Do your worst. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you lost the fight the minute you said that Urouge couldn't take damage from the King Kong gun. So I'm about to drop some knowledge on you real quick. So, Nikki, you know what his Dull Fruit is, right? We don't know the name, but you know what its power is, right?
Yep.
What's the power?
He takes your power, doesn't he? Essentially.
Nope. Whenever he gets hit, he contracts it, and it adds to his size, from what we know.
Yeah,
Now,
like that. Essentially, yeah, takes your power.
We can essentially say that a majority of the supernovas should be awakened by this point. Some of them, we'll say. If Urouge had an awakening, right, that allows him to contract in size, his power should be able to double, right? If Luffy uses his strongest attack and Urouge tanks it, which he should, because I think he has higher durability, he should be able to dish back that same power twice as hard to Luffy and knock him out. If a character like Crocodile was able to manage to get 2 victories on him before losing the 3rd time, what's stopping Urouge from doing even worse than what any other character thus far probably has done to him?
Oh, you done?
Yeah, I'm done. That's all I needed.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'll just put it this way. The Rob Lucci fight. It's a classic fight of One Piece, and there's this one moment where Luffy should have lost. He really should have lost, right? He took I feel bad for getting a name, but those really powerful ring attacks essentially from Rob Lucci, where he used his tail to grab Luffy, and he did
Rokugan.
that attack. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, thank you for the assist there. The Rokugan, and he used three of them on Luffy, right? And the biggest one, right? Then straight after that, Luffy hit him with a jet Gatling gun, and he was done. Luffy doesn't. It doesn't matter how much pain Luffy takes. He will get up if he needs to get up. That's how Luffy does it. Urouge is not on any like he's not like he's not admiral level. He's not Yonko level. It's not even plausible that he could even beat something. He could even beat Luffy at this moment because you're saying you're assuming all the supernovas are awakened, but we've seen Law. He's not awakened for a fact, and Law's been out there for 2 years. I can't just assume that Urouge is an awakened person just because it seems like it's for your argument's sake essentially because it doesn't make any sense because we haven't seen him do anything like the whole him beating Snack thing. No one knows what happened during that fight. He might have had someone to assist him as well. The same thing with what happened with Nami, essentially. So, and the fact is, what we've seen from the devil fruit powers of the Big Mom commanders and stuff, they're very odd devil fruits. Like his power, depending on Snack's power, I do not know how he could use his devil fruit to help him beat him, essentially. Like, for example, if he's fighting Cracker, like Cracker wasn't like he didn't have a lot of physical strength for Urouge to like essentially hit him back with, essentially like do double damage, essentially like what you're saying. So I'm just assuming Snack has a weird ability that like the rest of the whole of Big Mom's crew. So the way Urouge beat him, he must have gone assist because the only way Urouge beats someone is generally on physical attacks. Essentially, if they're bigger and stronger than him, he's definitely winning. But Luffy's such a great fighter, just always pushes through, even if he takes some incredible damage. And you gotta take in this fact: Urouge has to be able to take the damage first and then double it back. But if Urouge can't take the damage, like King Kong gone Gatling. Ugh, I think that'd be disgusting. And me personally, I think Luffy's got so many different types of transformations, but we haven't even seen his best one yet in Gear 4th. So that's all I'm saying. And the one thing I know for a fact is Urouge has to have a drawback. Like for example, we saw him when he was fighting. All we saw was a pacifist like shoot him through the shoulder with a laser beam. I'm not saying Luffy's getting a laser beam. What I'm saying is his ability has weaknesses, and it's quite obvious. We know Luffy's weaknesses, but the fact is, Luffy being a rubber man makes him a bit more durable when it comes to physical attacks. That's all. That's what I would say.
Okay. I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit, just so we know. So you were saying before that Rouge didn't have a teacher to kind of help train him and whatever, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll give Luffy that. Luffy had Rayleigh, who's pretty much the right-hand man to Goldie Roger, right?
Yep.
And yet he needed Nami to help him beat Cracker, a Yonko commander, right?
Yep.
But Urouge, who had no teacher, who had to probably fend for himself, who fought the same guy that Luffy did in Eneru, probably put up a decent fight, who knows, right? Was able to beat a Yonko commander that we don't know their rank. I can say right now Snack was the number one. And if that's a fact, which I still hold true to, then yeah, he's over Luffy. Right? Going back to his Devil Fruit too, you know how like with the Nero, we know the whole thing, like he can beat on like the drums on his back, it contracts electricity, right? I'm pretty sure Urouge can do the exact same thing with his Devil Fruit ability and grow a mass by just beating on his own chest. Which should be a fact that you should be able to do. Right? You're saying that Zoro can lift a pillar. Right? But
Yep.
that's nothing compared to what Urouge has done. Right? He carried that pillar with the two hands like he did, swatted away Killer. Zoro wouldn't be able to take that, but Killer did. That's it. That's my end of argument.
Okay. So guys, okay, I'll just make my last point, and then I'll just finish my argument as well.
Oh, and by the way, put the plot away from this. We're talking actual like powers and stuff. Hockey should be able to still damage Luffy. So all he needs is one nice little punch, and that's it for Luffy. If he was able to bleed, that's it.
Oh, you've got a fair point there. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yep.
But let's
And
ask
if
the
he's taking
question.
double damage, there's no way. Remember, when it comes to durability, Urouge should have a better durability if we're talking with his fruit. Stamina, Luffy does not have. If he's catching too many punches in a boxing fight, he isn't going to get up after a while.
Let me ask this question, as I'll say. Who did Big Mom send out to go after Urouge after he beat Snack?
Went after Cracker. But that's after you beat the first commander, and you have to send your second or third commander afterwards.
So essentially, that already shows that Cracker's actually stronger than Snack.
Yeah, but you know who
Cracker
came
already
after?
being-
You know who came with Cracker afterwards?
I'm just saying Cracker's already proved like I can't say that for a fact, but I can say with a quite 90% assurance that Cracker is stronger than Snack already. And the fact is, the point I've been making is we have no idea how Urouge won that fight. Urouge is he's proved himself a bit, but he's overhyped now. His ability is until we see how far he can go with his ability, because all I know is against physical fighting fighters, essentially, he will do great. But against people with weird devil fruits like Cracker or someone like that, I think he's going to be in a worse situation than Luffy was in. Like, for example, Cracker even said it's rare for people to break, like Luffy broke through his armor, but Urouge never did it. We know that for a fact because Cracker would have mentioned it. He didn't say that. So if Urouge can't even break through Cracker's armor, like I don't see him like even like standing a fight, like doing much against Cracker himself, Luffy.
So let me put it like this then, right?
So you say Urouge didn't do it because Cracker didn't say that he did?
You can't get phoned in. You can't
Wait. I'll give you the phone line afterwards, Stebo, if you want to back up Urouge. But if you're not going to back him up, you ain't in the phone line for me. Now, as I was saying,
straight up.
I'm in a fight to the death right now with Nikki, right? I just beat him. There's no need to say power-ups or nothing. You beat the man, you beat the man to be the man. I get DGK and Dan and Stebo, right? I get DGK, Dan, and Stebo come after me right after, and they beat me. Right? What does that say? I got jumped from behind. But is that an actual win from them? And an L on me?
But you're saying his ability, right, literally takes other people's abilities. And I'm saying if you're going to fight someone like if you have you're saying you can be able to take.
I'm saying like he contracts damage pretty much. Like whatever, it doesn't matter. It could be a dull fruit, it could be a punch, kick, knee, whatever it is. He should be able to contract that power and use it against them. So he takes the damage.
Why didn't he use it against Cracker then? If he had that chance, because essentially that would be a great opportunity to just like if he's fighting him, he's like he can use his own ability against him.
Yeah, but you realize afterwards, you know who came with Cracker after, right? Prometheus and Zeus. And just like I said,
and the Enraged Army.
Right. If you had to send your own boys to come and take me out after I whip the boss's ass, is that a true L on me? I don't think so.
You ran away though. He ran away.
Okay, now this is where we're gonna go with this one. Do you honestly, truly believe in Brûlé, who probably takes after her mother, who we know is a liar? What makes you think her kid would tell the truth?
Exactly. So what makes you think that's kind of, it contradicts your own point as well? It's like Urouge may not.
She's bullshitting though.
You don't even know how
he probably did try to put up a fight, but he got jumped.
But you can make the exact same point that Urouge might have not even beat Snack, and maybe that's just some other thing. Like we don't know until we see a panel of them fighting.
She might be lying about the supernovas in general.
Yeah, like we have like you didn't have to. Yeah, I was already making.
And why
that
say
point.
her commander got taken out?
Because maybe there's just a better argument instead of saying just like Big Mom kills her commanders. Essentially, it'd be weird, right?
No, because it just showed that the Yonkos are not gonna fuck around. If you screw up on the job, right, and knowing that their personality, like for example, if Jack, what happened with Jack, right, and Kaido were to find out, I'm pretty sure he would have no problem trying to kill him, even though to him it's a stupid decision. But knowing his personality, what we know, he probably would do that. And since what we know of Big Mom, she'll probably pull the same thing with regardless who it is. She killed her own kid. If this guy isn't related to her, like whatsoever, what's stopping her from doing that?
I get your point, but I'm just gonna bang on what you said about.
Are you talking about Moscato
thing? Wait,
dude,
yeah,
wait.
Like the son, right? Yeah, the one who died earlier, and yeah, the guy who looked like Elvis.
He wasn't in the right mind when she did that.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
not.
yeah,
That's
so
not
it's alright,
that's her fault,
Stebo.
right?
Yeah, it's alright, Stebo. Don't worry, you can't jump in yet. We'll give you a chance later.
Like I say,
But
like if
all
you
I,
took drugs or whatever, right? Are you held accountable for your own actions, or it's the drugs telling you to do it? You took the drugs.
oh, yeah, you're talking to Stebo, not me now, right? Because
Well,
that's kind of
just in
Oh,
general.
you
wait.
talking to me
Okay,
right now?
Stebo. No, wait. Let's just finish this and then you can do this after. All I'm going to say now is the
Okay.
fact is we haven't seen what happened to Snack. We don't know how he lost, how he won, how he fought. And even though we saw Luffy fight Cracker and he didn't need help from Nami, we still, and it was kind of weird the way he won essentially. We still saw Luffy put up a fight against a commander with reasonable difficulty. Essentially, he wasn't doing great, but he wasn't getting slaughtered either. You know what I mean? Like if Nami wasn't there, yeah, after 30 minutes he would have been done. But he was doing his thing. But Urouge, we have no basis except for someone who even said might not be that trustworthy. So I can only go with what I see. I've seen Luffy do so many amazing things, and him being the main character, him being Dofi, him being Eneru, him going to Marineford, fighting all these strong people, him going through Impel Down, going through like his stamina's insane, him destined to defeat Yonkos. All I can say is when I think about the top supernovas, Urouge doesn't even is not even like in the like top 4 on the list in my opinion. So
Okay.
I'm gonna end my argument then. I'm just gonna say like if Urouge has done something so incredible, right? Why did we only hear about the Cracker? Why we haven't heard anything else? And why is he not talked about as much as the other 4 supernova I mentioned earlier? Law, Kid, Drake, Hawkins, and Blackbeard, like the worst generation. These guys are mentioned way more than the Urouges, and
You
that's
can
how I
make
end
the
my
same argument too for like Bonnie. Like, why isn't she being talked about?
Yeah, I think she is a scrub too, bro. It's like no problem. Like,
That's fair. You can say that's your point, but I disagree.
yeah, you can disagree. Like, I might be wrong, but yeah, I still think she's a scrub. She hasn't done anything.
So how about this? Okay, in the chat, you guys are gonna tell us Rouge over Luffy, or Rouge versus Luffy, who wins, right? But please, for the love of God, do not use plot armor. Look at the character as who they are, and who wins that fight.
Nikki, you heard how you quoted that.
What?
He said like you're Rouge over Luffy. I want to hear it in the chat.
Hey, man, that's the truth. Yeah, no
so
plot
for
armor.
Zonafel,
Debate. Plot
I
armor.
see
No
Luffy,
plot armor
I see
whatsoever.
Luffy, I see Rouge. So 2 to 2, 2 to 3.
Whoa, is that a Rouge? I don't see any Luffy's there. I
I
just see
saw 2
Rouge.
Luffys. Oh, there's another 2 Luffys.
1 to 4.
Show your face. Oh, another
2
Luffy.
to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 4, 4 to 5.
I just see
4 to
Rouge.
6, 5 to 6.
Everyone's trolling. Thank you, the realist. Yeah, dark side. Boo, the realist.
Rouge
Yeah,
is 2 over,
static.
3 over. 2
Oh,
over.
DBZ child, come on. Oh, okay, hey, look.
I do see you Rouge with 2 over so far. And I
Hey,
think
if you're counting lies, that's not fair.
People are now.
No,
I think
There's something that we need to do.
so I saw you Rouge win that one.
Yeah, no plot armor. This is a very easy answer, kids. You've read the manga, you should know.
There's something that we should have done before we
thanks a
even
lot,
got into the
guys.
conversation.
It looks like you Rouge
We
won.
should have
Hey, the
established
realist.
how
No,
You
Urouge
can't
beat
vote
Snack.
twice, the
Wait, no.
realist.
So
We should have tried to establish it anyway.
So I win, right?
Well, that's all up to
Yeah.
like Lav and his, however Lav want to take it.
Thanks
we're
for
trying to
help,
do, like,
Draco.
I'm taking the
It
W.
seems-
That's
So,
all.
okay,
Thanks for the help, Draco.
So
Wait,
who-
count the votes up. Count the votes up, man.
I-
Properly, because
people they're just re-voting. From what I saw, you had 2 over at the time. But wait,
Someone ban
before-
Draco right now.
Before,
no,
before-
hey, leave Draco.
If
alone.
Urouge
Boy.
beats Snack 1-on-1, then he's over Luffy.
So anyways,
If Urouge beats Snack 1-on-1, he's over Luffy.
so we still got
Why
Stebo.
though?
JJ
What do you
here,
mean,
Dan.
dude? What? Like he beat fucking Cracker with Nami. He couldn't win. He won a handicap match. Rouge won a singles match to death.
We don't even know if he won the match though. Essentially, like
Bro,
how.
they
But
could've
that's
just
what I'm
said-
saying.
they could've
If he
just
did it
said-
one-on-one-
they could have just said, bro. They could have just
if he
said
did it
that his
one-on-one,
pirates came
then
in and
he's
jumped
over
him
Luffy.
too. She could have easily said, "Oh, our commander lost, but he had his guys jump him." Why didn't she say that? Yeah,
I
Rouge
don't know.
won.
Maybe she's on a Urouge hype train as well. Like,
Oh, she might have caught a body. Who knows?
Is
Nah, nah.
Dan? Is JJ here?
All I know, I
No,
know
he's
for a
still
fact.
not
All I know is the
Urouge
Rouge
is.
one. Chat said so.
All right, so next one, guys. So we got Stebo who just joined.
So
So it'd
Laz
be Stebo
wins.
versus. Yeah, I
Bro,
guess.
of
I
So.
course I
mean,
won.
a
Nikki,
Rouge
come on,
wins.
man.
A Rouge.
Come
But
on,
okay,
Nikki, keep
Oh,
my world
all
title.
right, Laz. All right. Next debate. We better have a rematch about some of this. Oh, I hope so.
Hey,
Next
any
time.
time, any place, man.
Alright, so
Alright.
we got Stebo versus whoever else, and then we got 2 characters. So if you guys want to give up 2 characters, I'll do the first person, the first group of people I see, for the 2 characters. Besides the same people we've seen before, Brook versus Usopp. I'll take Brook for someone else, but I want to do Usopp in Sanji versus Jack. There we go. First person I saw. Alright, so Billy Bob, Sanji versus Jack. Who do you want to see get who? You get Stebo, and then you can choose someone else. Then you gotta give them 1 person each. I'm waiting for Billy Bob to answer back. Otherwise, we'll just do it ourselves.
Come on, Billy Bob.
He's dead, I think. Fuck it. I
Billy
guess
Bob.
okay,
Billy Bob.
for real.
By the way, lads, I agree with what you said in the comments.
So-
Thank you.
So I guess me, he said. But who do
Yo,
you?
my
okay, so-
connection is pretty terrible. Y'all sound robotic right now.
oh God. Stebo, it's your time to shine. You can't do that.
That's on you, Stebo.
All right, so I guess it's me and Stebo because he said Haven. And I'm guessing he's
I'm
talking
not trying
about
to
me.
blame anyone else.
And then I guess we'll let you guys pick. So who do you guys want who? So we got Sanji and Jack, and then who do you want Stebo to have? And then I'll take the other person. A ton of you guys in our audio, like Dan and stuff.
Wait, you were saying who? Sanji and Jack or who?
Sanji and Jack, me versus Stebo. Who do you want to get who?
Oh, Sanji or Jack? Oh my gosh. Yeah, honestly, I want Stebo to have Sanji.
You want Stebo to have Sanji? Okay, that works. Billy Bob said I get Jack. I'll let Stebo go first. So Stebo, basically how it works, because you weren't here, is we're debating me versus you. You can phone a
I
friend
believe
in,
in you,
though.
by the way, Stebo. Just remember that jacket fruit.
You can phone in a friend, right? And then basically you get to
What?
bring any facts that you want into the argument to win. Like no hold bar. So I'll let you go first. I don't
Okay,
think he's here.
so Sanji versus
okay.
Jack. I
Yeah.
got Sanji. I
Yeah,
think
you got
Sanji
Sanji.
loses.
Oh no! Good day.
No, Stebo, you have to defend Sanji. You have to.
I mean,
Oh,
unless,
so I have to argue why Sanji might win?
yeah.
Yes.
Like you have to go into this thinking Sanji wins no matter what, and you have to defend Sanji and how he would win.
Oh,
That's why I
Well,
said, just remember the jacket fruit, Stebo.
No, for real.
know
yeah.
This is your
But
game.
I actually think the jacket fruit is going to be dope, though.
Believe in
I
yourself.
mean, don't you think Sanji's gonna be dope? Come on.
Yeah, I think he's going to be, but from what we know now,
Then just
okay,
say
well,
what you
Sanji
think
versus
might
Jack,
happen,
okay.
Stebo.
Well, okay. Sanji can fly. Jack doesn't seem too fast. I think Sanji's mobility would overtake him in a drawn-out fight, assuming Sanji can last as long as Jack. And with his memories, I think that flame, assuming that Sanji could use it repeatedly, which he probably cannot, but I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, give Sanji like 100 Hills memories. And I think it could take it extreme deal.
Is that your end of your argument?
I guess so. I mean, I really don't have nothing else to go off on.
So I'll start with this. So going to durability, we know Jack fought 2 of the people who were both on Whitebeard's and Roger's ship. So feet alone, but he fought them for 6 days, and the only reason that we know that he used the weapon is literally because he's getting bored, and the fight was drawing out. And being a awakened Zoan user and a mammoth to boot, an ancient Zoan, he should have one of the highest kind of regeneration healing feats in all of One Piece, because awakened Zoans can heal faster, like we saw in Piltdown. So he's outlasting him. So Sanji would have to fight for at least 6 minimum days, going all out.
Yeah.
To be able to fight Jack, whereas we haven't seen him, take any wins yet in the New World. He broke his leg against a Virgo, who was not even hockeyed up from what we saw. And so if Jack hockeys up with his hide armor from being a mammoth, he would destroy his leg. So Sanji would become a cripple for the rest of his life.
Yeah, we don't know if Jack is awakened.
Stebo, we're fighting with facts. No. What do you want to say back to it? So besides that, what else do you want to say?
Sanji has the feats of moving freely underwater, deep pressure around there in the Fishman Island when they were fighting the Kraken. He can, like I already said, he can fly. He what me was a giant fish man.
Okay.
That's one of the largest characters we've seen in the series so far. And that was pretty easy for him to do. But other than that, what can I really say about Sanji? I mean, I don't think Sanji stands a chance.
Okay.
What the hell, Stebo? Like,
I mean, who chose this matchup? It's the commander. Come on now.
Dude,
bro,
you're the jacket fruit guy.
I almost want to switch it around because I think Stebo's like downing himself because he has Sanji. If it's up to you guys, I'll take Sanji instead.
Yeah, please take Sanji, please.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Stebo, I literally gave you Sanji because I thought you would defend him for your life, Stebo.
I'm taking Sanji. I'll let
How am I supposed to defend? I can't just make stuff up for him.
Jack, you can. That's the whole point. Okay, it's your turn. You get Jack now instead. We're switching it around. So, new argument. Let's go.
Well, Jack Washington.
That's the argument.
Yes, they have. Come on, Stebo. Unless
Jack
that's the end of your argument.
Against two men who rule the warrior nation. Alternatively, he didn't fight them at the same time, of course, but the fact that he was able to do that and still remain in top physical condition has to stand above any feat able to accomplish so far. So, I mean, do your best, but that alone should be enough to stomp Sanji.
I got you, Stebo. I'm gonna fight against my own arguments before. So Sanji, so you talked about durability, right? For how long he can last, right? And you said, of course, he was fighting two people, not at the same time, but alternating between them, right, for 6 days. That was your big argument. But
5 days.
5 days.
And
okay.
he was still in top peak condition.
But we had Sanji, right? Who during the time skip for 2 years was always on the run constantly. Against a horde of transgender Okamas that were basically trying to turn him into an Okama, which is his worst nightmare. So for 2 years straight, he never stopped once from what we saw. So that durability, he's got 2 years of leg room running. Jack being a mammoth is a type of food. And so Hell's Memory would roast Jack, and that would turn him into food. So it gives Sanji upper stats because he is a food chef. So I'll let you go back to that.
Hell's Memory with roast Jack. I'm not sure. I mean, if he can take Electro from the 2 strongest minks, I think he can take Hell's Memory.
This is fire, though. I'll let you keep going. Is there anything else you want to say?
What else do I have to say?
No,
and he survived. Sure. He survived the Nisha's trunk, which is basically like would it be a stretch to call it a country level attack?
No, I think it's fair. So
I know he was down for the count, but he fell into the water, so ain't no telling if he would still been moving if he would landed on land. But the fact that he survived that, I mean, Jack is pretty tanky, if that's a word.
Yeah. Alright, so it's durability, like his physical durability. Okay. So I would say with that, so we have Sanji, right? Who in the New World, day after day, was taking L's, but he was tanking L's as well. He was tanking these Virgo hits, these broke his kneecap, but he went on to fight Dofi, the Shichibukai of the seas. And it ended up in a draw because Sanji's still alive and he was on the ship. He then went on to go fight Big Mom, and he asked for permission to go and beat up Big Mom and their ship from Luffy. And Luffy entrusted Sanji with taking down Big Mom. And now Sanji, in the New World, is a royal member of the German 66, the Fable Army, who took over the North Blue. And you know where mammoths come from? They come from the north. They come from the coldest part in the world. So Jack was a mammoth from the North Blue, but Sanji's family took over the North Blue, therefore he's stronger than Jack.
Wow.
What's your counter argument? Come on,
Well, Jack wears a vest and he has a braided ponytail. So he's obviously a redneck. Rednecks are from the south. So
He's a-
south over north. Bam.
He's a Viking, though. He's a Viking. The Vikings are from the north.
Stebo, you're losing me.
Come on,
His
Stebo.
best
How
argument.
about, did you not hear what DGK just said?
I heard.
He said his family
He
lineage
said
took
mammoths are
over
from
a
the north.
whole. He took
He
over a
said
whole
mammoths are
sea.
from the north, so Sanji's family took over the North Blue. That means Sanji
you
over
heard it.
mammoth.
I mean, technically, it is legitimate. Like, I won't lie. You're talking about vests and ponytails. I'm getting confused right now. I'm like, what?
That's because you're not from America. You don't know what a stereotypical redneck look like.
The white guy with a red neck.
Anything else that you guys want to say?
I'm from the south. I can speak on it.
I watch documentaries.
Documentaries lie.
I guess we'll do a vote if that's all Stebo wants to say.
All right,
what
vote.
do you guys think? Vote, come on. Sanji versus Jack, who won? Say it.
This debate probably ruined the stream. You know that, right?
No, this is how the streams go.
All right, I was literally about to say Jack, and then he said the vests, and I was like,
So I see
where's he
one
going?
Jack.
And then, but I'm not.
Sanji,
I mean,
Sanji. So 1-2.
oh,
So I think that's a Jack. So 2-2. 3-2.
wait, what does this go up to, by the way?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go to 10. Fuck it. Because I feel like people re-vote, and then I forget like if there's after like 10 people. There's no one else is voting. I see 2-2. Oh, there we got Sanji. Got 2-3.
All right, should we say first to 8 or 10 or something?
I thought 10, but no one's voting. Everyone's being really slow right now. This one was like slow one. Sanji again. We'll go to 5, or we'll go to 8. I mean,
Yeah, go 8.
Sanji. So he's
Who
3
would've
over
thought?
Jack. It's super slow. I guess Sanji wins.
Oh my days, best Sanjis. Oh, we got a Jack. We got a Jack. We got a Jack.
I know we better have a Jack.
I know still. Man, was from the north, guys. Remember that. Who owns the north? Come on.
Jack again.
What do you think, Nuggy? I'll let you decide since this is being really slow.
Oh, decided by Sanji. Sanji said it again, another Sanji. But I think he said it twice now, Solomon. Yeah, Solomon said it twice.
What do you-
If I'm the deciding vote, hearing the arguments and stuff, I mean, just from a creative point of view, I just have to give it to. I gotta give it to Sanji, man. The creative point of view got me, man. The North Blue, the mammoths in the north. I was like, yo, there's mammoths in the north. I forgot about that. Yo!
Stop it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Stebo, yeah. Alright, so who do we got still left? Some people kind of left. I think Laz is gone. Dan, you still here?
He's busy. He's got some stuff he has to sort it out.
Yes. He's not
So
really wanting to
JJ,
share, so-
Kevin.
JJ, I don't know if JJ's here. I know he's muted still. But it looks like it's us 3 now. So I guess it's up to you. We can do, I guess, one more. I really wanted to do me versus Dan, or Dan versus JJ. But Dan.
Oh yeah, he said it.
I guess
He
Dan
said he'll skip.
forfeits.
No, he'll come back. He'll come back for the next stream.
For what do you mean, the next stream?
I mean the next matchup. My bad.
Okay. We'll do one without me, and then I want to do one. I want to finish it off with me versus Dan. The battle of the camps.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so
All right.
I guess I don't know who you're gonna go
What's
to
this?
because
This is me versus Stebo then.
so we'll let Stebo redeem himself.
Give me something that actually worked.
I mean,
Okay.
that worked. You saw it. I made it work. Come on.
And
Nice.
people in the comments, just give us another fight to argue about.
Try to do people that we haven't done yet, though, please.
Yeah, Fuji versus Sabo now because we've already like seen it.
Jinbei
So,
versus Smoothie, I like that.
ooh,
I almost want to give Smoothie to Stebo because I think he loves Smoothie.
yeah. Oh, Jinbei versus Cracker. That's even more interesting.
It's up to you guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay, would you agree?
I'll let you guys decide which one you want to do. Jinbei versus Smoothie or Jinbei versus Cracker? What do you think, Stebo?
Jinbei versus Cracker wouldn't really make it much sense. So Jinbei versus Smoothie.
Jinbei versus Smoothie? Okay. Stebo, I feel like I'm going to trust you with Smoothie because I feel like you'd want Smoothie.
Big Smoothie.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys go. So.
Okay, let me just do the intro. Fight! Ooh!
Go.
All right, you go first, Stebo.
Stebo, if you ever want to, you can phone a friend and game with Mickey.
All right, so
I think I'm the only one here.
Smoothie is possibly over Cracker. Maybe not in every area. Certainly, most not likely in defense. Possibly in strength, speed, nope, not intelligence. I have to take that back real quick.
Damn right, you better take that back. That retarded.
It hurts my soul. But Cracker ain't too smart either. I mean, like who rushes into it?
Wait, we're doing Jinbei versus Smoothie though, I thought.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out like where would Smoothie stand because I don't want to just make stuff up.
No, that's the whole point. You gotta make things up.
Her name is Smoothie, so she be mixing niggas up.
If it makes sense to a point, I'll take it. That's how we were doing it, which is why the mammoth thing came to be on the last part.
Nah, son.
I mean, Nikki's gonna do it.
So I'm gonna say she got that sword on her back that's like in a ice cream cone thing. Her name is Smoothie, right? You make smoothies in a blender. I brought this up one time. I think I told Nikki this. Like, what if she got an attack where she spin with the sword while it's in the sheath, right? And like she used her powers to make it so that like she mixing niggas up with the sword because it's like a drill. So it's like you in the blender, but it's Smoothie's power.
What's up, Draco, by the way?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like she could squeeze the juices from like out of 100 fodder, and we see what happened with Nightmare Luffy, right? He absorbed like a bunch of fodder shadows, but it became real strong, right? So all them fodder juices put into the blender could create a different kind of monstrosity, like a big thick smoothie storm of fodder juice.
Otter juice.
DJ
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean,
man.
hey, that makes sense. You guys me it don't make sense.
No,
That's
it
what
makes
we're
sense
seeing
to
from
me.
our powers.
Oh
take
my
it.
days. Okay.
And her name's Smoothie. Come on now. That's better than Jack is a mammoth and mammoths from up north and Sanji rules the north. Come on.
Hey, those were good connections, man. If you think about it, those were good connections.
So I mean, if she can catch Jinbei with that, and that might not even be her finishing move. Even though I just made it up. If she can catch Jinbei with that, I think Jinbei might lose like 10% of his health, and then she come through with them legs, like leg fighting style might be the thing for her. Like,
all right.
It's,
All right.
it's
You
like
done?
I'm stifled right now. Like
You done?
Like that blender thing was a big.
You're repeating
I
yourself.
think with the legs, then with the legs going crazy, right? She got the thickness, so her thighs probably like strong as steel. I had to say steel real hard. I had to say steel real hard.
All right. Can I go now? I just wanna like.
All right, go ahead.
All right. All Jinbei has to do is just trick her to having a bath, and she dies. And that's it.
Yo.
And because we know Smoothie's really dumb, so it's like
man.
once that happens, she's done. Like Jinbei just be like, yeah, babe, I'm showing you out like a nice jacuzzi, and then like he just drowns her, bro. This is done. Like he's the knight of the sea. He'll do his little tricks. He'll be like, oh, Smoothie, there's like, yeah, it's the Soul King, like the Soul King. You know that guy before? Like, yeah, he's doing a concert. He's doing a special concert in a pool room. Yeah, let's go. And he just throw her in, and she'll be like, "Oh, where is he?" He's like, "She's in the bath," and then he's like, "She'll jump in, and then she'll die. She'll just
Jump
die."
Nikki.
Yeah.
So you mean tell me I hurt my brain thinking of a way for Smoothie to come out the gates like big Smoothie and take control of the battle right from the outset, just for you to say Smoothie's dumb, Jinbei trick her, she did.
Pretty much. Like I could use other arguments, but I
son.
mean that's like
So
the
let's
ultimate, right?
If that's the case. 'Cause I can't even defend her on that, because she
That's the point of arguments. You lost.
she's
If
a
you can't
dumbass. I
defend
can't say
it.
nothing else to it.
That's the point. It's a KO move. I'm sorry, man. I just pulled out a bazooka, and I should have hit you with a bit of a pistol, but I
Man,
was like,
look at
nah.
how my voice sound right now, man. My voice don't never get this high.
I'm sorry, man. Like you could, you can phone a friend if you need, like, but I'm pretty much like she drowned herself, man. Like she's done, man.
You got me sounding emotional.
Tag me in.
I heard take him in. Will you do it, Stebo?
All right, I'll tag you in, man. Go ahead.
Smoothie. I don't think she's dumb. She's just lazy. So, and she already effed up once.
That's even worse.
As we know. And like Big Mama's gonna be like, hey, if you make one more mistake, I'm gonna kill you. So she's like, oh, I have to stop Jinbei because he rebelled against Big Mama. She kills him one shot. Like, she has to, man, or she'll die. So
this is even worse. She lazy.
What do you mean? No, lazy is look. Smart people can't be lazy. Like he using the fact that she's dumb. But I don't think she's dumb. She's lazy. There's a difference. It's not worse. It's better.
Okay, how's her being lazy managed to get Brooke inside the treasure room?
DBC chat, I love it.
If anything, she can't be lazy because she jumped to action. She just did the wrong thing.
What was the action?
She got up outside the room. If she was lazy, she would have just stayed in the seat.
So she's dumb then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just dumb, like I said. I was never trying to argue that.
Yeah.
I literally said if you would came out with that, I would have lost. Simple.
Like all I'm saying,
She's
man.
dumb as a sack of bricks.
Thank you very much, Stebo. I think we call this the kamikaze people.
Yeah.
I think I just
I
won.
think you
Like
won. Okay.
I didn't even have to bring up. I didn't even bring up like anything to do with him being a fish man, him using salt water against her to weaken her. I didn't have to do that. All he has to do is say there's a concert in the pool room by the kids, and she'll drown herself.
Honestly, I don't see what's stopping Jinbei from pulling a Zabuza and using a water prison jutsu on any devil fruit you use it.
This guy's making the arguments for me. Like they haven't even said that.
I'm just saying. I just wanted to throw that out there because I really think Jinbei could really just like literally watch multiple devil fruit users at one time.
Is Draco still here?
Yeah, Draco.
Draco, it's your time to shine.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's your turn to shine, bruh.
I think
What's the argument?
Well, you versus Black Leg. And,
yeah, you versus Black Leg Ozeg. Yeah, and
Black Leg is very smart, man. I'm gonna lose.
Am I? Excited.
He sounds smart.
And I would say, what do you think, DGK? Comments again?
Yeah, well, we'll go with the first new people, so people that we haven't seen against each other yet before.
Yeah.
Like at all. It's like no Sabos, no Usops, etc., etc.
Okay.
Crocodile versus Dofi. Come on.
Nah.
Give me Crocodile.
Zoro versus Visa. Okay, there you go. All right, now DBC, who gets who? So you got Blackleg and you got Draco.
Oh.
Who gets Visa? Who gets Zoro? No.
This guy, Minotaur versus Kazuri. Okay, I did control. He keeps saying Minotaur versus
I'm waiting for DBC to respond. Now we'll just throw it out, and then we'll give it to some Earl. We'll give them a random one.
It's Zoro and who?
Well, Zoro and
give me
Visa.
Zoro.
Oh, Draco gets Zoro.
Draco gets Zoro. Okay, cool.
I never defended Zoro in my life.
Now's the time to do it.
What?
Draco.
Okay, you go first, Blackleg.
I'm arguing Vista, right?
Yeah, you
Alright.
got
Yeah.
Okay, Vista. He is a commander. Man, Whitebeard. Whitebeard ain't no pushover. That means his commanders ain't no pushover. This man's a swordsman. This guy also fought Mihawk. Granted, Mihawk wasn't going all out. Neither was Vista. Also, this guy has been in the new world with Whitebeard and his crew for a long time. He's got the experience. So that means he knows what to do in different situations, even if someone may be physically stronger or faster than him, he will find a way to overcome it, regardless. That's my starting argument.
Zoro is strong as well. Like, he has amazing destructive capabilities. If we go back to the last arc he was featured in, we see how he cut a mountain-sized Pika in half. Like, do you believe that Vista is gonna take that? And like, now if he sees that he's running, like, hey, Zoro is the next level. And being a commander doesn't automatically make you strong. Like he hasn't shown anything to like back up his rank of commander. He fought Mihawk for a couple panels. He got 2v1 by Akainu and all the rest of the commanders. Like that just craps on his character. And he couldn't even protect where he came. Like he can't even protect one of his crewmates from dying. And with Zoro, like he has the goal. Like we even know if Vista has the goal of beating Mihawk, but Zoro is so determined. He has the goal of beating Mihawk. He trained with Mihawk for 2 years. And you said that he fought Mihawk for like a couple panels. We don't even know like towards the end of their training if Mihawk was sparring with Zoro. And we don't know how close he got to beating him. But in my argument, I feel like he improved way more than what he did in pre-time skip. He might even like push back Mihawk for a bit. So using that, like the feats of Zoro and his portrayal as being the monster that always looks for a fight, I feel like he beats Vista. Vista hasn't even done anything. Like Vista just a commander, but we don't know how strong he is. I'll end it there.
All right, fair
There you
enough.
get, also real quick, you guys, if you want, you can phone in friends as well.
Okay. Who wants to help Zoro? In the
I
chat?
mean, I've been
Okay.
waiting.
Oh, I'll help Zoro.
Nah, me.
I think anyone would. No?
Nah, I would let
That
Stebo
nigga
help
got too
Zoro.
much hype, man.
Okay. Let Black talk.
Now I'll say this: out of every character in the entire series, Zoro is the most overhyped. Like he is strong. Don't get me wrong, but the Zoro fanboys out there, they suck his dick all day. It's like they don't stop. They need to realize he's not all that. You say Vista wasn't there and he didn't do what he was supposed to do or didn't protect whatever he was supposed to protect, being Ace or Whitebeard, but neither did Zoro. He got slapped across the other fucking map by Kuma. And then, like, Kuma was just there, like, yo, I'm a top G. He have some pain. And then, like, people like, oh my god, Zoro withstood the pain. Oh my god, so amazing. But he was there, standing, shaking in his boots. And he said nothing because he didn't want to admit that he just got flopped by Kuma. He ain't that great. Let's be honest. And if Vista was there, he wouldn't have been in that position. He would have slapped Kuma then and there with his haki, cut him up like a fucking sushi, and walked away like nothing happened. Let's be honest. And that man's moustache, grade A shit right there. Zoro wouldn't step up to him. He'd be like, nah, it's so beautiful. It's so majestic. With his petals flowing around. I'm like, no, I give up. Take my sword. Even calling the sword, take it. Kill himself. None. It's over. I don't even have to argue anymore. It's over.
So you
Sorry to
arguing
interrupt, guys. I just
what?
wanted to say this very quickly. Sorry, Draco. Everything that Black Uzek said does not represent the views of Outer Haven. We do appreciate the Zoro fanboys out there, and please subscribe. And I'll stop talking now.
Take me back.
You talk about him being overhyped, but then who gets overhyped? A whack character, or someone that shows amazing feats and has been given a superior portrayal in the series? Like, Why would someone gravitate towards someone that can't do anything? So like overhyping could be like I don't agree with the fact that he's overhyped, but if you're gonna say he's overhyped for a reason. And I disagree that he's overhyped. He's given the right amount of hype because each chapter of the series, he showed how destructive he can be. He showed how durable he can be against Kuma. Like if you give the pain of Luffy to Vista, like he's gonna say, nah, can't take it. But if he takes that small petal that he gave in the beginning, the small taste, he's out. He can't handle the pain that Zoro took. And then I'm in there. Like, I'm gonna phone in someone. Like DGK, I phone you in.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just say one thing. So we know, right, that Vista is a top tier commander, right, of Whitebeard. But from what we saw, he couldn't take on an Admiral. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Okay.
Facts.
You guys remember?
No, it's not fair.
You guys remember in opening when Zoro fought Fujitora, and then it went to a standstill? I mean, am I wrong, Dan?
I mean, it was in the opening.
It was an opening, guys. I remember.
Stop.
No, I mean, that's how
Please.
we're going. So Fujitora, Zoro beat Fujitora because Fujitora left, and Zoro's still there on the ship.
Yeah.
What do you gotta say back to that?
I don't care about your goddamn opening. I'm
Nah,
saying
but
I don't
that's how it is. What do you think?
Tell him,
Dan?
Blackleg.
stupid. Fucking Usopp could goddamn fight a literal god, and it would be like, oh my god, Usopp,
This
fuck
guy
god.
does not.
It wouldn't be the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's irrelevant. I'm talking about the stuff that matters. And the stuff that matters is Vista. Is a commander. A top tier commander. Luffy can't even beat a top tier commander by himself.
I mean,
What
Luffy
makes
fought
you
Blackbeard
think
and
Is he
Zoro
top
can?
tier? Like we
No,
know
Luffy
that
top
he has.
Luffy fought Akainu and Blackbeard in the opening as well. So
Facts.
Stop.
no, I mean
Please
it's
stop.
fact.
He could be the snack of the Blackbeard
I'm gonna
Pirates.
phone
I mean the
a friend.
Whitebeard Pirates.
Tell him how
He's
it's
like
done.
You
Urouge might
referencing
have beat him.
openings, bro. We gonna lose. We gonna lose all credibility. Stop it.
Who used an opening for the argument?
I did.
What?
He's been doing that this whole time, Draco. You weren't listening.
So the people that are just joining in, like at the beginning of the stream, we said it, but like this is more of a fun stream. So like when I brought the mammoths for Stebo shit, like that's trolly, but like we said, like it's fine if you like that if they can sense. And like right, Dan? Got it.
Yeah.
Tor lost to Zoro, and Luffy beat Akainu.
You'll never hear anything that blasphemous from Outer Haven.
No. I'm sure there's new people thinking like, bro, this kid really takes openings as canon. Like,
No. Clearly he's trolling, bro.
oh yeah, I'm trolling,
I don't
guys.
know.
But,
Over
for this
Fujitora,
argument's sake, we're using those like details and facts. It's like if you were to bring up like how like I don't know, like you could say like, Vista like 1v1 Mihawk, and then they decide to not like draw the fight anymore. You could say like, oh well, he's as strong as Mihawk. Like I would take that.
Say that, Blackleg.
I don't need to. You already said it for me.
Ruined it everything.
Hey,
I honestly
Draco,
don't
I
need
think
Honestly.
Draco, I
How-
think DGK just pulled a Blackbeard on you.
How intimidating are flowers, man? Like if I see flowers coming at me, I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm like,
Enough to cut you up, man. Have you seen Bleach? Senbone Sakura will cut you up and leave you
He has-
bleeding on the floor.
name one impressive thing that Vista ever done. He takes
The thing
more
is-
L's than I'm not gonna say the name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Oh, who's that? Say.
You talk about things he has and hasn't done. The thing is, we don't follow Vista, because if we did, he would be the main character or one of them. And that means, see his journey, but the journey would end in like a day because he's just that strong. He'll find the One Piece and that would be it. It'd be like, what do we do now? I'm already the best. Mihawk? Nothing. Zoro? Nothing. All of Wano? Nothing. My moustache is better. Wins.
Your argument is a mustache.
I mean, dude, that's,
I won't
Have
lie.
you seen it?
that's definitely
Have you
valid.
seen that mustache?
Yo,
Pulls in all the ladies.
Bro, it's almost
Blackleg,
Whitebeard
tell
level.
them all the strong people have mustaches.
Not getting phoned in. Stop it, Nikki. All right, so yeah, any other rebuttals that you guys want to do before we vote?
Nope.
All right, so we'll vote. So for what you guys saw, what do you guys think won? Zoro or Vista?
So it's for the comments, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care.
Oh,
You guys say it too. Like the people that
okay,
weren't involved.
up to 8 or 10.
We'll do the 8 just because. Okay, so
Okay.
one,
Okay.
2 Zoros.
Oh, okay, Draco doesn't count. He
I
got
said
vote for
2
himself.
Zoros. I saw 1 Hitman. Oh fuck!
You can't vote for yourself?
Yeah, you
Of
can't.
course you can vote for yourself.
For okay, I see 5 Zoros and 2 Vistas at the moment.
It's a wash, man.
I'm seeing
Okay.
I'll let Steb or Nikki say who won.
I see 4. I see 4 Vistas. It's still 5-4 though. 5-4 on Zoro. 6. I know. No,
He already voted.
Joseph. You voted twice, Joseph. Don't be that guy, Joseph.
I see the Vista.
It's 6. Oh, Vista 6-5. I think 6-5. Oh, 6-6. Vista again. Hitman's having a bit of a temper tantrum. Okay, chill out, Hitman.
I'm sure there are people that don't know that.
Oh, 7-6. Oh, 7-7. Next vote wins. The tension's killing me. Oh, Vista! Vista wins. The mustache.
Wait, are you sure it's not a revote, Nikki? Are you sure?
How? What? Why?
I'm joking.
Hey, Vista won, Hitman. The guy won. All right, calm down. Well done, Draco. Well done, Blackleg.
I guess we can do one more. I don't think JJ's here. So the last one, I'm not gonna lie, I want to do me versus Dan.
Congrats, Blackleg.
I want this to be a like. I kind of want to make it a trolley one, so I want you to pick like either under 8 characters, like say Buggy and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, if you give me Buggy, it doesn't matter who you pick.
No. But I want the audio, either the chat or like us in here to pick it. So give us a character. So that's like trolleyish.
Oh my god, no, not that one.
Dan, no hold bars, right?
Of course.
Goes? Yeah.
Me and you.
Let's see who we get. Buggy versus Usopp. We rated Usopp. I'll take Buggy. Like other people I'm thinking about would be like Helmeepo, Silver Fox, Foxy. Foxy, I love it. Dan,
Buggy versus Foxy.
Buggy
Helmeepo versus Foxy.
Dan, you get Buggy. I get Foxy.
Buggy versus Foxy? I knew you'd
Yeah.
pick Foxy. You can start.
Okay. Oh, let me do the
No, I
intro.
want you to start,
Fight! Ooh.
I know Dan, you're gonna go super sick with Buggy, so you start.
No, you gotta start. You gotta start. Trust.
Okay, so so we'll start with this. So who was the person that brought Luffy and his entire crew to the point where he lost one of his crew members? Silver Fox Foxy. He took Chopper from them. That was the first time we saw Luffy ever lose a crew member. Second of all, me and Dan talked about it, and we know that Silver Fox Foxy is so strong that he's gained all those members in his crew straight from baby back fights from other people. That means he's going around not only the New World, but the pre-timeskip Grand Line and stuff like that, taking out people. Who is so important in the series that he even got a full arc to himself, and even got a filler arc to himself, and a special. The Silver Fox Foxy, who made Luffy take out the biggest, most important like item in his arsenal, the Afro. That was Luffy. Yep. So Silver Fox Foxy made him take it out, and almost beat him. So, and then I'll say the last part is the person who's going to eventually take down Kizaru is going to be Silver Fox Foxy. Oh wait, one more thing. Sorry.
Ooh.
And the one thing that made traumatized Luffy was when Boa was in the bath and she's doing the love beam. The love beam, and Luffy thought that he was getting slowed down. That's how big of an effect it has on Luffy. Forever onwards, he always thought he was going to get the nowhere beam. And I'll save my other stuff for later, so I'll let Dan go.
All right. Like, I heard a couple good like hype points, but like
I think we're
in terms
dead
of the
lost being
actual
left.
fight. No. You can still hear me, right?
No, you're sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Here in terms of the actual fight, how like those are all good points, but like if they're actually fighting, like one thing that I would have to say is Foxy's biggest thing, or his really only thing, and why he's so OP is the whole like Noro beam thing, slowing people down. I don't see why like Buggy, for how versatile he is, like he doesn't have to sit there and get hit by the beam. He could literally chop his body up into a million pieces, separate them. You know what I mean? So to the point where either he's not being hit or he's not getting hit by the beam. Like let's say he gets hit by the beam, he makes his body so small that like he's not really like taking damage because like Foxy can't touch him at that point while he's frozen, or he's going to avoid the beam by chopping himself up. That's one thing. Second thing, it's Buggy D Clown. Like, come on, guys. This is the guy, one of the first people, like even before Foxy was a person, you know, actually pushing Luffy. He became a warlord on his own. I don't know, bro. In episode 0, when they're going up against when Roger is going up against Shiki, right? One of like the biggest things I have for Buggy is literally what's it called? When they're all about to go fight, and Buggy's like pretty much crying to everybody, and he goes up to like Scopper, and he goes up to Rayleigh, and he's like, Rayleigh, like, please, you know, can we not fight? And Shanks literally turns around to Buggy, and he's like, Buggy, why are you afraid? They can't hurt you. Because I think Buggy's fruit is so hacked that, like, for example, we know that he can't be like touched by like swords or like knives or anything, like thing that would cut him, because he would just chop up. But I think like in the whole episode 0 thing, it just alludes to the fact that like the whole chop man thing, even if someone like theoretically speaking, right? Even if someone's like going with like blunt physical attacks like punches, he should be able to just chop his body up and like semi-negate the damage. Monster.
So I'll fight back that. So Silver Fox Foxy. Well, and I'll say with the Buggy thing, right? So an Impel Down. Well, first of all, who got put in an Impel Down and who wasn't in an Impel Down? Buggy. And so and then Impel Down, when he's running with Luffy from level 1 to level 2, he says, I'm glad I can't cut myself, or he said something along the lines of, I can't cut myself down anymore, otherwise it'd be super hard to control it. Meaning he has a limit. So going back to what I was going to say previous though, is Silver Fox Foxy is a boxer, and seemingly one of the best boxers in the universe. So probably he's got King Hockey, right? Because if he's the best boxer, he's probably got to have King's Hockey. And then combined with Noro Beam and, seemingly his awakening, since last time we saw him, he was able to freeze things completely instead of just slowing them down. More than likely, he'll be able to freeze everything in a vicinity around him. So even if Buggy could somehow cut himself all over the place, if he can completely freeze Buggy, even for 10 seconds, he can go up to him and finish him off. What do you guys say back to that?
I hear what you're saying about the limit thing, but bro, we haven't seen Buggy in what? We haven't seen what Buggy can do since Impel Down? Like, are you trying to tell me that you don't think he got stronger? Like, bro, for example, someone like Hajrudin and the other 3 giants that he had, right? I understand when people are like, oh, well, Buggy just straight up trolled to get Impel Down people, right? Which one he didn't, because he's Captain Buggy and the best. Got out of Impel Down and had the whole Buggy, like, after he, like, starts forming all his other pirates and alliances, people like Hajrudin and those other giants, they literally joined because they're saying Captain Buggy is the best. Like, I don't think they're joining because, like, oh, he has a bunch of, like, hype behind him. Saw and they're like, whoa, this guy's literally, like, better than us. Also, the chop thing, it's the way he can use his fruit. For example, like, who ever saw Buggy using, like, the Muggy Ball thing? You know what I mean? Like, from when we first saw him. He literally shot out a freaking cannonball like it was nothing, dude. And, like, that's just one thing. Like, there's a bunch of other things that I don't see why he wouldn't be able to do. Like, for example, he had the Muggy Ball, which was a super, super tiny one, but was super, like, destructive. Yep. But that was just a smaller version of his initial cannonball that he had when we first see him at his hideout with, like, Luffy, Nami, and Zoro and stuff. And the Buggy Ball, the cannon thing, which is way more destructive. Like, I don't see why, like, him going into a fight, why he can't just have, like, 3 of the Buggy Balls in him, that are like supposed to be destroying towns and shit, and literally just drop one right in front of what's it called, Silver's Foxy. I don't know. What are you thinking?
So one thing I would say with that is, with the giant secret, right? So it's fair to say that like they did leave Buggy, right? Not because he's weak or anything like that, but just because like they saw the potential in Luffy, right?
Yep.
You agree? Okay.
Yeah.
But who's technically the original Luffy Grand Fleet leader? Think about it. Person that got his flag changed by Luffy and given his flag by Luffy, right?
The person that what?
Silver Foxy.
Oh my gosh. Shut up.
What do you think, Kevin? Is that fair?
Oh, dragging me in?
I just wanted your opinion. Do you think that's fair to say?
I think Kevin
You think
just
it's
said
fair
you're
to-
trolling.
No, you think it's fair to say
No.
that?
Silver Foxy was the original Luffy subordinate because his flag was changed by Luffy and given to him by Luffy, and he also sees under Luffy's new flag.
That's actually pretty factual.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
He wasn't a
So-
subordinate. He
so-
just got flag
so
taken and now he's an
With
enemy.
that logic, you could say that he's above Harden, he's above Bartolomeo, and above Cavendish, right? Because now he's like the original. He would be the number 0 leader, so he'd be the original, the secret ace. And we go back to the episode Nublandia, right? Or Nubalandia, however you want to say it. So they had to fight on an island that negated their powers. And who did they fight? Kome, who was a vice admiral. So you had Silver Foxy beating a vice admiral's and his entire crew. And technically, Kome was serving under Silver Foxy. So he had a vice admiral under his crew who wasn't even in the seat. He was just some random guy in the seat. So, maybe he's number 10 or something like that. So that means his crew members under him must be above admiral level, right? Because, if he's a vice admiral, that's not even a named person in his crew. Like, it makes sense, right? So he's above, and that would make people under him admiral level, therefore making him above admiral level.
What are you saying? What?
Kome, you don't know who Kome is? Come on, Dan. He's not one.
No, I do, but like you just tried to reverse logic, like the fuck.
I mean, doesn't that make sense though?
All right. I hear you. This is like one of my final big points for Buggy, bro. So you were saying all this stuff like, oh, who was Luffy's first whatever? It was Silver Foxy, bro. Who does the world fear? I literally say we should have this guy as a warlord because he will instill fear in other pirates, on other strong pirates. It wasn't Silver Foxy. It was Buggy, the clown, bro. You're talking about the guy that was on Roger's ship. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like, he might have been, like... And in terms of, like, actual power, like, back in the day, okay, so he was around Shanks level, and I guess we're saying Shanks would surpass him. He's Yonko level now. But the way I see it going, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if Oda, like, super trolls in the end. And he's like, yep, Buggy's a Yonko. Like, after, like, Big Mom and Kaido are taken down, just because, like, bro, he's the best. Like, he's been kept relevant, even more than Silver Foxy. The most relevant, starting off as a villain person, has been Buggy. He's been showed the most, So I just think Oda's just building up for later on because Buggy's clearly the best.
And then I'll send my rebuke back to that, and we'll vote. Is that fair? Alright. So with that, right? You said that because he's on Roger's ship, therefore he's strong, right? Which makes sense, right? But didn't Whitebeard tell Marco that I guess even some ships have blemishes on them? Meaning that in Whitebeard's eyes, a top tier person, that Buggy really wasn't that big of a deal. So with that said, right, and you could also say that Roger, a pirate king, right? He's the strongest in the series for the longest point. But then you have now a future pirate king who's gonna go ahead of the old pirate king and be stronger. And if his number 1 person under him, right, is a subordinate, on his secondary crew, his grand fleet, is going to be this guy who's at least admiral level, right? That means he's going to be stronger than Buggy because he's going to be under the new, stronger Pirate King crew. I'll end it with that. So I guess we'll vote.
Did you just say that, what's his name? Silver Foxy is under, like, that he's going to be part of history and therefore he's stronger? Luffy. He's part of, if anything, he's not going to be on the, like, I see that logic, but that logic applies to, like, the people on the ship mainly, the main crew. Like so that's like saying, what's his name? That's like picking any random alliance member and saying these people have to be way super strong. If you were to compare them, it would be like those alliance members are like other people, like they're like Whitebeard's Captain Alliance members, and I think those people are strong. But compared to Whitebeard's main crew, they weren't really anything special, bro. You know. So, like, just the argument alone of Silver's Foxy being over Buggy in that respect, I don't really see it.
But
Dude,
it's
if we're going here, if we're going strictly non-off like feats that we've seen, because we haven't seen too much of either of them, right? If we're going on hype alone, Buggy takes it in a landslide. No one even knows who Silver's Foxy is. Buggy the Clown, best guy around.
No one knew who Luffy was.
Buggy the Clown, best guy around.
I mean, for real,
That's a great slogan,
for real.
Right?
He was sitting
Great
there,
slogan.
bro. And here, think it's just one more thing I want to add. After Roger died, what happened? Do you remember what started happening after Roger died? After they executed him?
You talking about specifically on that scene where like they're all like crying?
No, not that. Here, I'm just talking in general how they started hunting down all of the remaining anyone who was affiliated with Roger at all started getting hunted down, bro. Like, I'm not surprised that someone like Rayleigh's around. Why? Because Rayleigh's OP as fuck. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, for someone like Buggy, like, right when he got off the ship, they did know who Buggy the Clown was. You know? They're like, this is the guy that used to apprentice under him. I'm pretty sure they went around trying to capture Buggy. And what happened? Buggy would just straight up troll the Marines. And be like, nah, not today. Not today.
Didn't the Marines say that you've been lying really low when they were on the ship? And they
Yes,
did that motion?
but you've been lying really low. But the thing is,
Means they
they
didn't find
knew.
him.
No, hold on. This is the thing I'm trying to say. No. Roger died like 20 years ago, bro. So, like, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you might be lying low because, like, he wasn't saying, like, oh, I'm the guy that was on Roger's ship. You know what I mean? But if you know that Roger died, and then, like, dude, how did they get, like, all the other Roger pirates? That's what I'm trying to get at. Or how did they get, what was Frankie's teacher's name again? Do you know?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Tom?
Yeah. Oh, Tom. But it's just like someone like him. He, like, it's not that he was, like, saying, oh, yeah, I'm the guy that built Roger's ship. Dude, the world government was looking super deep into this shit. That's how they even found Ace, bro. They were literally doing, like, when for Ace was being born, literally, they were asking, what's it called? They were going around trying to find people that were pregnant everywhere. Like, they were doing manhunts, bro.
Oh. Okay.
The call.
But no, yeah. So I get that, but I would still go with the idea that like the new Pirate King will be stronger than the old Pirate King, and therefore his members will be stronger than the old members. Therefore, I'll end it with that. So Buggy is lesser because he was on the old Pirate King's crew. Well, we have Silver Foxy, who's on the new Pirate King's crew.
He's not on the crew. If anything, he's not on the crew, bro. If anything, he's going to be allied with him.
So you say he's equal footing? I'll take it.
No, I'm not saying.
Okay, we'll end it there. So we'll let people vote. I secretly want to hear Kevin's vote.
I'm pretty sure I want to hear the thing for the what's it called?
Also, no, I know. We'll see
So
the
there's
chat
one
box.
Buggy right now.
Yep.
What happened?
We got one Buggy, Draco. Draco, I remember this.
He had better arguments.
Bam, Buggy.
Two Buggies.
Yo, Muse knows. Buggy over Shanks.
Pirate King Buggy.
All I see are
Buggy is a warlord.
Buggy the Clown, best guy
see
around.
are Buggies. Come on, bro. Buggy's balls over everyone. No. Listen, I think we
So
know what
let's
happened,
slide.
Monster.
Less.
I think we know what happened.
I think we need 2 more Buggies, but we can still get.
I'm
8 more
pretty sure
Silver
I
Fox
haven't
Foxy.
seen a single Silver Foxy at all.
Whoa, there's
At
actually 10
all.
above. No, I'm
You heard Kevin say it.
No, there's not a single Silver Foxy here.
I'm pretty sure this is a landslide, guys. Like Buggy
It does look
has.
like Buggy.
Yeah.
This is
I-
clearly a landslide. Ooh, DGK.
I think it was the slogan. Well done, Monkey D. That slogan was gold.
Yeah.
Buggy.
Best guy around.
When he Davy back fights Buggy and wins, you'll remember this day, guys.
I mean, I think if they if they had a real Davy back fight, what would happen? is Silver Fox Foxy would lose again, and Buggy would literally take Foxy, and he'd just be like, "All right, now your whole crew's mine."
He'd slow him down and he'd put him in the
I
water.
don't know, man. I
He'd
just
drop him
don't
in the
know.
water. He'd put his feet in the water.
I mean, but like with that type of logic that you're using, it's like Buggy or Silver Fox Foxy should have beat Luffy. Clearly, people can beat him, and
I mean,
clearly, Buggy would
words
beat him.
plot
Come on,
hacks.
bro. Come on.
Sounds like you said NL under Luffy, no matter what.
Bro, I can't hear you.
I'll take it.
Crocodile on the Luffy? Nah, I changed my
You heard it. Billy Bob's a true warrior. He knows.
Yeah, that's the first vote you got.
Silver
This has been done,
wins.
bro.
Wait, didn't Billy Bob make the argument? Therefore, I won.
No.
Oh wait, there's one Silver Fox.
There's
there's
one
two.
Silver Fox.
There's two.
Foxy. No, the other
No,
one.
I
is
see two.
calling-
I see
the other
the-
one's saying DGK.
No,
Foxy
one's
and
commenting
that's
on your
not a vote.
fanboyness.
Exactly, that's not a vote. This is already done. Buggy would
Oh,
teabag
two
Foxy.
Hey,
All right, well, we're
Monkey
done.
D, I
We're done.
actually think you are a 9. You might have been a 9. So there's a chance.
Which is
if,
past the 8 that I needed. So
there's a chance.
DGK
Oh no,
take
this is the
the
last
L.
one,
Oh
so it
my
might be
God.
10. So
Oh,
Here,
another
here, I'm
Foxy.
gonna put it like
Look at
this.
that, 3 Foxes.
I'm gonna put it like
okay. Oh, D-Lo. Oh, D-Lo, man. Okay, D-Lo.
Drake was taking it back.
Buggy takes.
Yeah, I took mine back. I think
Yeah, now you're back to 7, Dan.
yeah.
Where are we going there, Dan?
Now he's back to
happened?
8.
Yup, even heavens knows. Yeah. It's okay.
Dan, I
Buggy's
guess
the best.
forever we'll be staying at 7.
Mhm.
I guess I'll end the stream here then. I guess Dan takes the L.
I'm
Yeah, Dan, this is-
clearly took a landslide L.
Okay,
Let's
that
see the outro, Nicky.
Landslide.
Oh, the outro, yeah. But first, I'd like to say thanks for everyone who came through, like Draco, JJ, Kevin, Black Leg, Guzeg. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for setting up the stream. Come through again. We'll probably do this again sometime really soon. It was a great stream, guys. These matchup fights will probably become a thing on Our Haven, so definitely keep watching the channel. And yeah, like and subscribe. So yeah, the outro is Stebo around, or is he like full on just gone now?
I think he's here, but I'm not sure.
No, he's not here right now.
Okay, can someone help me with the second part of the outro? Just
DGK's got it. He has to redeem
Yeah, I
himself
guess
after that L.
I guess the winner
After
takes.
that
Okay,
L,
I'll
he has
take
to
it.
redeem himself,
I'll
so
take
I'll
it.
let you do it, buddy.
all right. I'm going in a minute. Okay, Outer Haven.
Spurs. There you go.
Dun, 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 dun. That was terrible, by the way.
There's no enthusiasm behind that.
Bro, you just took 2
Just
L at the
Spurs.
end of the stream. Come on.
Oh, man.
All right, let's end this because it's too much, DGK.
It's fine. I'll throw a picture in for
Good fight and
for
good
the
night.
win.
Actually, wait. Does anyone want to plug anything who's on the channel right now that's not Out of Haven or something? They got a channel or anything?
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Put it in the
Oh,
description.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Anyone
So,
else?
yeah. I don't know if Black League has one or not. But okay, well, we'll put them in the descriptions. We'll at least put the Twitters in there. And then just so everyone knows and clarify, we were trolling for majority of that. We don't think
Yeah.
intros are canon or anything like that. I mean, Dan might, but the rest of us don't.
No, you're
Still saying the gentleman take a shit and lose.
Alright, peace, guys. And then we'll probably be doing either a Kingdom stream maybe this week, otherwise we might hold it off for next week, depending where everyone is for tomorrow. So
Well, I'm about to be caught up, so I don't know.
yeah,
Do you?
where you at, Dan? Alright, see you guys.